Começamos.
I see. Thank you so much. The Adventurers Guild has been overwhelmed.
Acho que é a primeira vez que a gente fala com a Caterine aqui, né? Inclusive.
No worries at all. We've always valued the strength of adventurers. Given the current situation, it's vital that we all work together.
Obrigado, Sou. Muito obrigado, pô. Muito obrigado. Obrigado pelos parabéns. Thank you. Thank you demais. Mas é sempre bem-vindo de qualquer forma. Não sei se você também não quer tomar spoilers, mas de qualquer forma, sempre bem-vindo. Assim valorizamos a força aventureiros, considerando a situação atual.
Since we're facing the same enemies, I'll send you the intel we've collected on the Abyss so far. Then we can take a look at how to coordinate our efforts.
Tá.
All right. Thank you so much.
Uhum.
Hi, Catherine. It's us. Got any new commissions?
Mas aparentemente a gente já falou com ela em algum momento. Não parece uma primeira interação, não sei.
You two have come just in time. I've got some good news. The Pyro Archon has finished assembling her forces and stationed them all across Natlan.
Parece que a gente já teve um contato com ela.
Has ramped up its activities lately. We can no longer afford to act only after receiving news of an invasion.
Uhum.
So the Pyro Archon suggested that the Scions of the Canopy
no off, sim.
focus on collecting and disseminating intel. That way, we can stay
Meio burro, né? Eu
informed of
botei o
everything that's
mouse
happening
em
across
cima
the
do
land.
bagulho. Ok.
Once we receive word of enemy activity, we can notify the nearest camp and the stationed forces can take immediate action.
Isso levará um tempo de resposta mais rápido, realmente.
Yes, precisely. This should also allow us to focus on gathering information rather than running around and trying to tackle everything at once.
Uhum.
So please also take a chance to relax, you two. You've been working hard these days, and this will be a good opportunity for some well-deserved rest.
É que eu, não, ironicamente, eu gostava dessa interação, amor. Eu achava interessante.
So that's the plan. Whew, we can finally stop and take a break.
A ameaça do abismo ainda está longe de ser encerrada, mas quanto menos trabalho a gente aceitar, menos vamos ganhar. Eu vou falar primeiro, é melhor.
Knows that? It's not like Paimon just wanted to lay here and do nothing.
The movements of the Abyss are always unpredictable. There have also been times when it suddenly became more active in the past. The people here generally see it as something like an acute natural disaster. Once the disaster is over, everyone will return to their normal lives. We just all hope that day will be sooner rather than later.
Oh, right. Most people have no idea just how bad the situation has gotten in the Night Kingdom.
Também espero que o dia de paz venha logo. Nossa, já no começo. Então ela não vai falar a quest inteira, pô. Tudo bem que eles não gravam exatamente assim até onde eu sei. Mas assim. Putz. Logo na minha cara. Sonic e Paimon. Oi, oi.
Oh, hey, Kachina. Are you feeling better now?
Sim, agora não é hora de ficar em casa me recuperando. Queria fazer alguma coisa pra ajudar. Soube que Arconte está reunindo guerreiros para ficarem posicionados em áreas mais remotas, então vim me alistar. Impressionante, Katina. Não, infelizmente não dá, amor. Ela vai... né? Não dá. Não, acho que eu não soube de todas as coisas que vocês têm feito. Com todos trabalhando tão duro, tenho que fazer minha parte também. Ah, falando nisso, Tilane me disse que ela foi ordenada a forjar um nome antigo pra você. É verdade, a gente vai ganhar um. Ela disse que tá tudo pronto e podemos ir lá quando estivermos com tudo arrumado.
Wow. So we'll finally get to meet Shilane, the legendary forger of ancient names.
Sim.
Paimon still can't believe anyone could forge those things.
Só pra gente saber que ela falando você, pô, tem que achar uma voz pra ela então. Não dá pra ser muito fininha. Eu posso só tentar ser, tipo, mais assim. Pra tentar ser, assim, pra ficar um pouquinho diferente. Mas não dá pra ficar fazendo ferir, porque senão eu vou falecer aqui. Tipo, Shilane é uma verdadeira mestre. Ela não pode apenas forjar nomes antigos, como também todo tipo de coisas maneiras. Ela sempre tem uma pilha de comissões pra fazer, então você geralmente tem que esperar muito antes dela terminar alguma coisa. Mas nesse caso, ela liberou completamente a agenda só pra trabalhar com vocês. Ela quer dar atenção total ao seu nome. Vamos agradecer a ela direitinho quando nos conhecermos. Bem, eu já me registrei como guerreira. Então tudo que tenho que fazer agora é esperar pela minha atribuição. Se não tiver problema, a gente pode encontrar Shilonin junta? Faz a voz do Marcelo D2. Por que do Marcelo? Específico. Ela não me dispensaria, né? Digo, espero que ela não me dispense.
Hey, have some confidence in yourself, Kachina.
Ah,
After all, you're already a victor of the Night Warden Wars.
todos estão orgulhosos de você. Ah! Essa interpretação foi boa. Hate de 0 a 10. Pensando melhor, talvez eu só encontre um buraco no chão pra me enterrar por um tempo, coitado. Além da fumaça e dos espelhos. É por isso que é pra fazer a voz do D2? Além da fumaça? Entendi. Entendi. A gente vai sair do totem provavelmente já procando a quest. Você seria o único streamer de Genshin com a Katina D2. A Katina D2. Tô muito curioso, não tô... Se o Kinich morrer no meu, eu vou ficar chateado. Não, tá tudo bem. Olha, moça, essa tem que falar. Ó, se a gente tiver mais um problema além da Katina, a gente troca, mas eu acho que dá pra sustentar. Shilonin trouxe a pessoa que precisa de um nome antigo. Ela é super incrível e já aprendi um montão de coisas com ela. Posso garantir que ela merece mesmo o nome de uma heroína.
Ah, yes, so I've heard. So young, and yet you've already got quite the reputation.
Mommy? Quer dizer, desculpa.
Wait, are you Outlanders?
Olha esse olho, filho. Nossa. Pô, por que os bonecos não tem umas aparições igual os Arcontes nesse momento aparecer do lado aqui assim. Shilonin. O Jaguatirica. Podia aparecer.
Yep, we're travelers who just arrived in Natlan not too long ago.
Pô, essa música é muito vibes, não tem como.
I mean, I was aware that you're travelers. It's just no one told me that you're Outlanders.
Hã? Tá dizendo que a Arconte Pyro não te contou?
No, the only thing she said is that a new hero had pledged herself to the plan, but we need to forge an ancient name to ensure she'd be able to return safe and sound. And she did mention that it would be quite difficult to forge an ancient name for them, but at the time, I thought she was just commenting on my skills. But I seem to understand where the true difficulty lies now.
Ok. Você está chateada?
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm used to it, really. I just need a moment to process things.
Ok.
The Pyro Archon's requests are always difficult to fulfill, and we used to argue a lot. Honestly, anyway,
Falei sem querer, my
I
bad.
can't argue with her if she isn't here, and it'd be pointless to take my anger out on someone else.
Ok.
Just because I understand her rationale doesn't make me any less upset.
Elas são muito amigas, né,
She must have known
aparentemente.
that forging an ancient name for an Outlander is an impossible task.
It's impossible?
É.
As you probably know, an ancient name is a symbol of a hero's sparing glory, which grows even richer and heavier as generations of successors inherit it. We forge ancient names by engraving the heroic deeds of an individual who will become the first hero of that particular name.
Tenho muitos feitos na bagagem. Eu sou pica. Eu vi incontáveis feitos gravados no manual de aventura delas. Parecia que conseguiam fazer de tudo.
But they were all performed outside of Natlan.
É isso, eu vou ser a Katina, chat.
Yeah, that's right.
Hoje eu serei Katina.
Then those deeds haven't been recorded by the Night Kingdom. To take it one step further, even if you had performed heroic deeds in Natlan, as an Outlander, your actions still wouldn't have been recorded by our lands.
Se o Kinich pra eu fazer seria fácil também. I'm God incarnate.
Only memories and experiences that have been acknowledged by the Wyab can be used as a basis for an ancient name. Even the greatest of craftsmen cannot create something out of thin air, you know. That's just how it is.
Ok.
Seems the Wyab don't want just anyone to get a name, huh?
Obviamente, né?
Mawika, of all people, should know
Mawika.
better than anyone. Yet she's still entrusted the task of forging the ancient name to me.
Ela te acha muito forte.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Nobody's happy.
Ela
when
tá
yes
confiando em
is
você.
impossible.
É. Por que eu sinto que isso aconteceu antes? Acho que da última vez, Natlan só acabou dando inúmeras voltas nas colinas próximas.
Ugh, don't remind me. Let's just focus on how we can pull this off.
Hum.
How to achieve the impossible.
Por que será que ela pediu de impossível? Será que ela pediu pra forjar outro nome impossível? O que seria, talvez, pro nosso irmão? O que seria, na verdade, que todo mundo aqui tá preso num looping, um samsara. E todos, na verdade, já... Bora por aqui.
You mean you're already willing to accept the task?
Well, what else can I do? What's happened is already done, and it's not like I can outright defy the order of my Archon. If she gave me this order, then she believes the ancient name is an indispensable part of her plan, and that I'll be able to find a way to make it happen. In other words, the order is an affirmation of my abilities.
Whoa, not only has she accepted the task, but now she's looking for silver linings?
Salve! Talvez seja apenas o quanto ela e Arconte se confiam. Vamos ver se a gente consegue encontrar um jeito especial de fazer isso. Se a gente não conseguir fazer funcionar, tenho certeza que ainda podemos voltar e falar com Arconte Pyro, certo?
The key is getting the Wyab to somehow acknowledge the traveler's existence and record her heroic deeds.
We heard the voice of a Wyab when we were in the Night Kingdom before. We even had a whole conversation with her.
Sim.
If we can talk to her again, maybe we can figure something out together.
Well,
Sim.
every tribe has their own Wyab. How do we know if the one you met is indeed the best one for us to talk to? Plus, considering the unprecedented nature of this situation, I have a feeling that the acknowledgement of one Wyab alone would probably not be enough.
A gente precisaria ganhar o reconhecimento de todos os 6 Wyab.
I don't know. That requires a level of knowledge that I do not possess.
Olha, eu fiz todos os desafios, moça. Não sei se isso conta.
We need to find a consultant who's an expert on all things Night Kingdom and Wyab.
3 vezes, inclusive.
The first person who comes to
Eu tenho a
mind
conquista.
is Seatlali at the Masters of the Nightwind, the one we call Granny Eats to Leap.
Vovó Itzley, incrível.
Oh, we've heard that name before. We used her spirit speaker stone to find Kachina's ancient name.
Muito estranha a voz da Shilonienne. Você joga o quê? Em chinês ou em japonês?
A person who can make something like that must be pretty impressive. I'm unsure she'd be able to help.
Still, she's older now and quite eccentric. It's hard to even book a meeting with her.
Nem sei quem que é a véia dela em
given
japonês,
she's
na
constantly
verdade.
holed up in a room and doesn't like to be
Eu
disturbed.
vi até o vídeo dela em japonês, mas eu não
I've heard that
reconheci.
to get her help, you have to be extremely patient with her and know how to keep her spirit up.
I hate to break it to you, but...
Ela provavelmente não vai ficar feliz com a gente.
Huh. Why is that? I mean, didn't she already help you before? And you even
Ah, da
managed to save
sei, é
Kachina?
verdade, né? É verdade, é verdade. Me acostumei com a JP, é justo.
Yeah, at the cost of her spirit speaker stone being split into 2.
Eu não sei se eu tô achando que eu vou trocar, velho. Eu não sei. É que eu tenho medo também de trocar e a Katina sumir depois disso aqui.
In that case, I guess your only option is to try to emphasize that this is an important order from the Pyro Archon. Hopefully, Seatlali would still want to show respect to the Archon.
Esse é o coração? Vamos ver.
I'll also write you a letter on your behalf. If you can find someone to deliver it and mention some good things about you, then that should help too.
Ah, vamos pedir para Kinit entregar a carta. Ele entende a situação inteira e já é um rosto familiar para ela.
Paimon sure hopes a Hal won't interrupt when he's talking, though.
Eu tô curtindo a dublagem, Bunny, aqui. É que dá uma quebrada, não vou mentir, assim.
Alright, Kanich is a seasoned negotiator. I trust that he'll know the best things to say.
Ótimo, então eu vou entrar em contato com ele agora mesmo. Ela vai continuar na quest
Please
ainda.
just give me a moment to write the letter, and we can meet up near the statue of the Seven later.
Ela vai continuar na quest ainda.
Scroll in the meantime.
E aí, chat? Eu não sei. Eu acho que eu fiz um bom trabalho aqui, mas... mas vai começar a me cansar. Cara, é que eu tô pensando em momentos chaves. Em cutscenes eu acho que ela não vai falar muita coisa. Vai ter só os que sempre tem. Mas...
A Howl loves being antagonistic. Just ignore him when he's mouthing off. Don't let him get under your skin.
I dare you to release me and say that to my face!
Eu não sei. Ah, vamos botar em japonês, vai. Vamos botar em japonês, vamos botar em japonês. Se eu achar muito esquisito, a gente troca. A gente volta pro inglês aí que tá sem Katina aqui. Eu tô achando que ela vai passar um bom tempo na quest dessa vez. Tá pra cima aqui? Ok. Ah, tá na estátua, na verdade. Pronto. Mas você é a melhor voz pra Katina.
カチーナから状況は聞いた。シトラリに手紙を届けて説得してみる。
Nossa, ok. É japonês, né?
ちょうどスピリットストーンの件は説明して謝らないとって思ってたし。
Vamos lá, Sasuke Uchiha.
厄介事を任せちゃってごめんね。シトラリとの付き
Tá,
合い方
entendi. É realmente bem diferente,
だか
é.
らさ
É, de fato.
気にしないでいい。みんな
Mas eu gosto da versão em inglês também, não acho ruim.
頑張ってるんだからな。
Mas é bem diferente. A do Kinichi eu acho que segue uma linha mais
あなたの
parecida.
状況がどれほどひどいかってことはここにいる全員が知ってる。
ふん。ってことはカチーナと旅人も知ってるの？うん。過去の英雄が目の前に出てくるのを見たとき、モアラニちゃんはたくさんの記憶と知識が頭の中に入ってきたって言ってた。こっちに戻ってきた後、エンジン様はみんなにヤガミの国の状況とか、どうして英雄が急に現れたのかについて全部説明してくれたの。そうだったよな。で、エンジンが6人の英雄の話をしたとき、すでに認められた4人の中にシロネンの名前があったんだ。
Tem a Paimon japonesa. O pior é que ela é um pouco mais ardida mesmo.
そういうことなら腹を割って話せるね。たとえ現状が悲惨でも一緒に進んでくれる仲間がいるっていうのは心強いかも。
もう一つ情報がある。あの時競技場で隊長を助けた人物
Ah, os caras são bons. Identificaram quem pegou o
名
capitano.
園の主の出身でオロルンってやつだ。普段は集落を離れ村外れで一人で暮らしている。
Tá. Ele tá sozinho, então, ok.
だから今回の失踪について
É,
も
aturar a Paimon é
ウソップ
complicado
の
em
者たち
japonês.
はずっと気づいていなかった。シトラリが気づいた頃にはすでにかなりの期間誰とも連絡を取っていなかったらしい。
Alguém sabe se ela volta a falar em algum momento, a Katina? Ou ela tá literalmente a quest inteira sem voz?
シトラリもそいつを知ってるのか？
ああ、オロルンは孤児で名園の主の族長と親切な人たちによって育てられた。だが小さい頃から変わったやつだったそうだ。
É, ué.
名園の主の人ってみんな夢とか啓示の話に夢中らしいから。
Ah, não, os mestres do vento noturno é a galera. A galera. Galera mística,
そん
velho.
な部族の中で変わったやつって呼ばれるぐらいなら直接会ったことはないけどよっぽど普通じゃ
É
ない
toda a galera mística, é o velho, o jovem
そう
místico.
いう点ではオロルンとシトラリはちょっと似てるかもな。だから 二人は気が合うと思う。
なるほど。シトラリは引きこもりなのになんでオロルンが失踪したって最初に気づけたんだ
Ah,
ろう
deve ver o
と
futuro,
思
né,
ってたけど
Paimon? Provavelmente alguma coisa do gênero.
オロルンが自らの意志でファデュイに入ったのか、それとも脅迫されたのか、そこについてはまだわからない。
Tá.
でもシトラリは一刻も早くオロルンが裏切ったわけじゃないと証明したいはずだ。そこを切り口にする。
Tá.
つまりオロルンと隊長の行方を探そうって提案するの？
Incrível que desde que eu mudei a Katina teve uma fala, né? Mas tudo bem.
ああ、もしみんなが協力してくれるなら、それは単純なお願いから両者が利益を得られる協力関係になる。エンジン様からの命令を断ることはないと思うが、 協力関係を提示すれば、シトラリもオロルンのことを気に病まず、より集
Ah, uma
中
boa
できる。
ideia.
スピリットストーンを出してくれたお礼もしたいしな。
さすがマリポのキーニチ、筋が通ってる。じゃあ手紙は頼んだよ。
Essa voz de Shiro me dá vontade de jogar na sacada às vezes.
すぐに届けてくれ。
キーニチお兄さん、
Duas falas.
じゃあ私も
Três.
帰るね。まだ
Ela vai embora.
終わってないんだ。
うん。じゃあ今度
Nice.
また2日後ね。
Quer dizer. Você vê que a Retina vai ter muitas falas, Genshin. Agora eu vou fazer a minha maior canalice. Foi demais. Cara, eu vou trocar antes, porque eu tenho medo de cair na quest assim que eu trocar e eu não vou conseguir trocar a voz. Eu vou voltar pro inglês. Tá? E vamos ver. Se a Katina aparecer de novo, eu vou ficar chateado. Ela foi cuidar de coisas e todo mundo também foi. Eu espero que ela não volte, mas eu acho que ela vai voltar. Eu vou ficar bem chateado. Eu gosto das VA em inglês, velho.
Oh, it's time to meet up with Shilonen.
Uhum.
Let's ask her how things have been going.
Vamos perguntar.
Hey Shilonen, how's everything going?
E a Paimon em inglês tá bem melhor.
Oh,
Nossa.
hi, Traveler and Paimon.
Falar que eu não me lembrava tanto da Paimon japonês e eu fiquei um pouco chateado.
I have bad news. Seat Lolly did not reply to our request. Although, I suppose I'm not too surprised.
Tá.
You mean she didn't even bother to give Kenichi a
PP
response?
superior? Cara, eu achava mais isso, sabia? Mas eventualmente eu comecei a jogar em inglês e eu achei muito boa. Eu gosto bastante da dublagem em inglês. É que assim, eu gosto muito da dublagem em inglês do Genshin, ainda mais pensando que a dublagem em inglês. Porque pra quem já teve a experiência de assistir algum anime em inglês, senhor amado, aquilo é triste.
Yeah, well, she can be
Então, né?
also quite eccentric, though.
Eu acho que eles fazem um
She's
bom
one of the most
trabalho.
gifted people around. Even the Masters of the Night went often struggle to work with her. My guess is that she probably has other reasons for not deigning us with a response. But let's go to the stadium and see if we can meet her there. If we do get a chance to talk to her in person, we can still try to work something out.
That's true. Let's go.
A gente vai definir aqui, chat. Acho que eu vou ser a Katina. Vocês se importam muito? Acho que eu vou ser a Katina mesmo. Eu gosto da inglês e eu quero ver a história em inglês, velho. Acho que eu vou ser a Katina. Acho que é isso. Serei Katina por hoje. Hoje eu sou a Katina. Eu vou. Você chega ao estádio da Chama Sagrada. Eu não consegui ler tudo.
Paimon doesn't see anybody. Seems she's just not
Consegue
gonna
umas
show
vezes da
up,
Katina
huh?
pra colocar no seu overlay ia ser incrível. Pior que eu não sei se eu consigo. É muito específico. Pra fazer agora, eu tinha que ter pensado nisso antes.
Well, we tried to be as considerate as we could, but she's under no obligation to help.
That might be true, but this is still a request from the Pyro Archon, right? Shouldn't the subject always answer the call of their Archon?
A subject? Well, if you ask me, I'd say
Nossa.
we're all more like friends with the
Eu não sei
Archon.
se vocês conseguem ver, eu quero dizer que sim. Mas... Parabéns, que colchão.
Yes, Mawika is our leader, but that doesn't
Shilone
mean
vai fazer.
there's any kind of tall barrier between us and her.
E a Shilone vai dormir na cidade hoje, no estádio aqui, porque trouxe 2 colchões já pra nós.
The only thing is that she often has very high expectations of us.
Dá pra perceber.
So even though she's super powerful, it sounds like she's actually pretty down to earth and easy to get along with. Unlike that old hag Granny Eats to, right? Does she think she can ignore us just because she's famous?
Olha quem chegou. Vou providenciar pra você, porque eu tô trabalhando muito. Se conseguir fazer as orelhas num PNG, né? Obviamente transparente, incrível. Boa sorte, meu amor.
You all talk about her like she's some kind of huge deal, but she didn't even bother to reply to our letter. Seriously, if she didn't
Falando como
want
se ela
to
fosse a
come,
última
she'd at
bolacha do
least let us
pacote.
know. If that's what aging does to you, Paimon never wants to get old.
Oh, really? So, that's how you see me?
Igual realmente espírito.
Who's there? Who's talking next to Paimon?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a disgruntled old hag, right? Come on, relax. I'm sure my bark's worse than my bite.
Ô, louco.
Huh? See Lolly.
Bonito o bagulho da visão dela. Olha, um coração, parece. Que bagulho bonito. Cadê o take dela?
Your seat, Lolly?
É, ué. Eu não quero comprar viewer, amigão.
Yes, Granny Eatsley. But emphasis on Eatsley, not Granny.
Aí, agora é o momento que aparece assim. Citole, velhota. Ia ser incrível. Tem que ter, velho. Vou banir essa pessoa aqui, só um segundo, rapaziada. Aí, foi. Deixa eu dar uma minimizada nisso aqui também, que eu não sei se tá aberto na minha cara.
You must know this trope from light novels, surely. They use it all the
Bonita
time.
ela, inclusive,
The
hein?
young man who's actually the oldest person in the room. The girl next door who turns out to be a seasoned veteran. The wise sage who looks like a little kid.
Gostei do negocinho dela aqui também. Deve ficar bem legal
Wipe that look off your
aceso.
face. You've seriously never seen an older lady that doesn't look her age?
Sim.
Okay, well, don't go thinking it's a
Olha!
trick either. See? I'm barely wearing any makeup.
Legal, eu gosto de ações que eles não fazem normalmente. Gostei da...
Did I forget to mention? She's called Granny, but she's actually pretty young.
E você reclamando que Arconte para não falava tudo.
It was an honest mistake. I guess we've just gotten used to it.
Entendi.
I'm sorry. So,
How old are you?
What? How dare you? Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady her age?
Nossa, se ela for pro mochileiro... Eu tô achando... Yansan, parabéns, bem-vindo à equipe do mochileiro, porque eu acho que esse boneco aqui não vai, não.
Paimon really didn't mean to offend you. It's just that your case seems really.
Acho que eles vão querer fazer um bonequinho, né? E vai pro limitado ali.
Oh, Paimon just wanted to apologize, but now she's putting more and more of her foot in her mouth. Really, Paimon just got a little mad.
O FOMO vai vir forte, tá?
You were gonna leave us out to dry.
It
O
was
FOMO
my
nesse boneco
idea
vai
to
vir
invite you here,
fortíssimo,
see,
velho.
Lolly. So if you're upset, you can just take it out on me.
All right. I was only joking. I didn't mean to chastise anyone. There's really no need to take all this so seriously. If anything, I'm gonna feel awkward if we keep this going.
Bem bonito ela,
I
inclusive.
received
Realmente, eu
Kenichi's
gostei.
letter and was planning to attend this meeting. Since I had already decided to come, I figured there was no need to draft a reply that simply said, understood. Besides, just showing up is the most important
Ela é muito,
part,
muito
no?
tsundere. Muito.
But, of course,
Hmm.
it's also natural for people to get held up by one
Foi
thing or
isso.
another as they're trying to leave the house. It certainly was a bit awkward to see that everyone else had arrived before me. At first, I was thinking of quietly sneaking over, but since you were already
Gostei.
here waiting for me, I started to think about how I should phrase my apology.
Ah, é
To hear you all
verdade.
talking smack about me.
Tem essa carinha em algum lugar, acho que é em trailer, né? Eu não lembro,
Anyway,
mas tinha essa carinha dela em algum
That's the
lugar.
whole story. Honestly, it's not like I owed you an explanation anyway.
Cara, eu tô muito feliz com essas novas animaçõezinhas na história, assim. É bobinho, mas é muito bom, velho. A imaginação dela ali, o olhinho.
What's with that expression? Was she feeling embarrassed just now?
Ela tá esperando que a gente toque a conversa. Tudo que ela disse parece ser uma piada, mas não tenho certeza se deveria rir. Seria rude rir ou ainda mais rude não rir.
When the Masters of the Night Wind say they struggle dealing with her, I wonder if the feeling is mutual. She seems to be pretty awkward herself. Everything she does and says seems a little forced.
Olha lá a boca esquisita.
Anyway, Shilonen, I heard that you require my help in crafting an ancient name.
Sim.
Correct. The situation isn't like anything we've handled before. Let me explain.
Edin. Fade out, no caso, né? Shalane explica. Oh, ia ler, cara.
So Mawika has asked you to forge an ancient name for an outlander. Well, that would be a first. And you've also heard all about Auroron. I must say, he's always been a good kid. I can't see him joining the Fatui of his own volition. He must have been coerced somehow.
Eu não sei se qual plot eu gosto mais, do plot dele ter sido coagido ou do plot dele ir por conta própria. Eu, de fato, não sei. Não sei qual eu gosto mais. Vamos saber quando o encontrarmos.
Yeah, that's what we came here to ask you. We'll help bring Auroron back if you help us solve the problems of forging the ancient name. What do you think?
I suppose I'll just call you Traveler for now. Traveler, come here. Let me take a good look at you.
Que isso? Vamos com calma. Vai ler minha mão, meu futuro.
Wealth leads to unending conflicts between people. Yet you alone transcend the value of gold. Baleful thunder and wrathful waves bring terror to mortal hearts. Yet again and again, you've braved them to find new worlds. O weary yet free soul, even the most verdant leaf in the forest will pray for your happiness and safe passage.
Como é? O que isso quer dizer?
Those are all the things that I could see in you. You've experienced far more than even most mortals could dream of.
Aqui eu não sou mortal, né?
You
Possivelmente.
possess the heart of a sincere hero, along with the conviction to lift a torch above your head and walk headlong into the night. Huh? Don't move. There's something here.
Huh? What thing? Don't scare Paimon. Is the traveler gonna be okay?
Ah, shoo!
Que isso?
That should do it. You've just returned from the Night Kingdom, so some fragments of souls were still stuck to your body.
Ok.
No need to worry. I've just cleared out the last of them.
Todo mundo de Natlan parece tão bonito. O pior é que é. Tá todo mundo muito bem trabalhado, né? Os bonecos estão muito legais. Eu tenho medo do primeiro boneco pai, assim, porque... Cara, além de kit, estão todos muito diferentes, sabe? Tipo, todo o esquema de movimentação ali e tal. Tá sendo bem diferente mesmo, tá bem divertido. Sinto que eles estão trabalhando bem nos bonecos 5 estrelas. A gente não tem muita opção de 4, né? Só a Katina por enquanto.
In that case, better to get rid of them.
Valeu!
It was nothing. Shilonen, let's follow your proposal. Once you've brought Auroron back, I'll take you to see the Lord of the Night.
Ok.
The Lord of the Night? But don't we need to talk to the Wyab of the tribes?
Something this important is beyond their jurisdiction. Only the Lord of the Night can decide whether we can grant an ancient name to one.
Eu gosto que ela fala como se ela tivesse o zap da Dama da Noite, né?
The Lord of the Night is an ancient entity that rules over the entire
Vai mandar um zap, vai ligar, vai falar, oh.
Constantly borrowing the power of the sacred flame to combat corrosion from the abyss.
Oh, so you're basically saying it's even more powerful than the Wyab of the tribes. Well, that sort of makes sense, being the Lord of the entire
mão de ser burro.
Not exactly. It's not so much that one's more powerful than the other.
Ai, calou minha boca.
But never mind. That's not important. It would take too much time to explain. Just listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. The Lord of the Night is currently in a deep slumber, and we can only communicate with its consciousness while in a trance. In other words, in a dream. But I will need to prepare a few more things if we are to hold a ceremony to achieve the state of the trance. I'll make a list. Can any of you get everything for me?
Acho que sim.
I can go. It'll probably be a long list, so better leave it to someone who knows all the local vendors.
Sounds good. Then we'll go with St. Lolly to track down Auroron.
Phew, the Fatui are nothing to scoff at, so please, be careful during your investigation.
Ah, a gente já
If
sabe,
you
né?
need any help, just come find me.
Fatua com a gente mesmo, Shilone, fica tranquilo. Pode ficar tranquilo que Fatui aqui a gente tá sempre lidando.
Alright, now it's time for us to catch that brat and bring him back. Oh, I'm sorry I made you wait earlier. It was actually because I decided to swing by Auroron's place to look for clues.
Tá.
He has always lived alone. And I found a broken jar in his house. There was also something off about his phlogiston aphids, which I assume is because their keeper has been gone for quite some time.
Aí é que eu falo. No trailer a gente viu ele vindo falar com a gente. Será que aquilo vai ser depois, então, do nosso primeiro contato? Ou será que ele vai realmente vir antes ainda?
And interestingly enough, I saw some slash marks in the house that did not match any of our local weapons. My
Cara.
guess is they were left by Snezhnayan arms.
Que específico?
Oh, sounds like the Fatui broke into his house and took him hostage.
But why would they kidnap a kid who just spends his days living in the country and raising aphids? He's only in his 20s. What would they want with him? That's not to say that I believe he's totally innocent, of course. Since he's the only one who was kidnapped out of everyone in Natlan, he must have done something to attract their attention.
Tá.
In any case, we'll get to the bottom of this once we manage to get him back here. I'm truly sorry to put you two through all this trouble with me. But please help me get him back.
You can count on us.
All right.
Ok.
Then let's start by heading to where Auroron was seen last.
É, eu tô achando que a gente não vai achar ele nessa busca. E aí a gente vai... Para onde a fumaça vai? Vambora, Marcelo D2. Eu acho que daí a gente vai acabar achando ele assim, sabe? Pô, a gente vai procurar e aí ele vai achar a gente. Eu tô imaginando alguma coisa do gênero. Que isso, Shilone? Vamos com calma. Ah, vai ser perto da pedra do Cleitinho. Acima da pedra do Cleitinho. E ficou de noite.
This is the spot. An eyewitness claimed to have seen Auroron speaking to some Fatui soldiers here.
Tá.
I don't know how much you're willing to believe me, but Auroron really is a good kid. I see no reason why he'd suddenly get involved with the Fatui.
É, as pessoas mentem, né?
I'm convinced
Então,
that what the witnesses saw was actually the Fatui coercing him, or perhaps trying to extract information. However, I doubt anyone would believe me, given there are no signs of a fight.
Didn't Kanich say that she's a big name in Natlan? Feels kinda weird to see her so frustrated and helpless like this.
pode nos contar um pouco mais sobre ele?
Auroron? Well, he was left at the side of the road as an infant, and the people of the tribe took him in. You could say that everyone had a hand in raising him.
Tá.
He learned a lot from us, and once he reached adulthood, he built himself a house out in the countryside. He spends most of his days growing vegetables and raising aphids, living off of what he harvests from the garden. He's always been such a good kid. He would even get his friends to deliver whole bags of fresh produce to my place.
Isso é tudo mesmo. Então ele não parece uma pessoa ruim, de fato.
Oh well, let's keep looking. He can answer all of our questions once we find him. He's been raising phlogiston aphids for a long time.
Pronto, consegui. Te mandei no Discord.
We
Eu
can
vou ver,
use that
peraí.
substance to track his movements. Let's follow the phlogiston trail.
Huh? What trail? Paimon doesn't see anything.
Oh, right. I forgot your eyes don't naturally perceive such things. Here, give me your hand.
Ah, ela vê além do alcance. Mas a gente tem nossa visão além do alcance. Kiz, eu tô tremendo. Ih, lançou.
How about now?
What do you see?
Ah, a gente pode ver um rastro. Viramos o Tanjiro.
Whoa, Paimon can see it now too.
Aham.
That's right. I used a spell to temporarily transfer a portion of my senses to you.
For a short while, you'll be able to see the phlogiston too.
Wow, you can even share your senses with us? First time Paimon's heard anything like that.
It requires a very rare spell that most people aren't adept at. But don't worry, it's a cinch for me.
É besteira pra
Between
mim.
the two of you, it seems the traveler's senses are a bit stronger than Paimon's. When I held your hand just now, I could sense that you've got a great affinity for phlogiston. You're extraordinarily
Eu vou ser
gifted.
a próxima Arconte Pyro, né? Eu já sei disso já.
Anyway, we'll need to use our vision now to track down Auroron. Good luck, you two.
Ah, ok.
Over here, this way! See, Lolly might say a lot of deep and confusing stuff, but this spell of hers is really something.
Tá. Deixa eu só pausar rapidinho, chat. Eu vou ver o que a Letícia me mandou aqui. Pera aí. Ai, bicho. Eu salvo isso. Eu vou salvar aqui. Espero que não tenha salvo com esse fundo branco. Abriu com um fundo branco ali que eu fiquei meio chateado se ele tá salvo desse jeito mesmo. Vamos descobrir. É pra ser um PNG, sim. Só porque o bagulho tá paia. Catina. Ah, no Discord tá certo, mas é porque a hora que eu abri o navegador... Mas eu nunca lembro como é que ele abre. De qualquer forma, a gente vai descobrir agora. Não, tá... aqui. Vamos ver. É, não, tá certinho assim. Deixa eu fazer um negócio aqui, ó. Aí, é gigante. E agora eu queria... Como é que eu faço? Puta, porque eu não consigo girar nem um pouquinho. Eu queria girar um tiquinho pra cá, mas eu não consigo. Maldito OBS. Maldito OBS. Mas eu queria... Queria dar uma... Sabe, uma leve tiltadinha, mas eu só consigo fazer, tipo, muito. É, não, só consigo... Não, rotação, tem um pouquinho. Tá, tem. Yes. Yeah. Aqui mesmo, parecendo um chapéu do McDonald's. É isso aí que a gente quer. Gigante. Eu sou a Catina Impact. Vai ficar aí hoje. Incrível. Muito obrigado, meu amor. Grande talento. Vambora.
What was that?
Oh, Paimon was just complimenting you, really.
Ah, tá. Deixa eu vai falar mais uma coisa. Catina Impact demais.
What does she mean by deep and
Deixa eu comentar a Carol. Bom dia, Carol.
As far as elderly shamans go, I'd say that I'm already pretty easy to talk to. Is there any other old hag who's as fluent in the language of the youth as me?
Ah, não sei.
But is my way of speaking still not trendy enough? I've already tried my best to match their speech patterns. But given the looks on their faces just now...
O almoço dos patins, peguei.
Or perhaps I'm
Ontem foi
still
uma
not
sessão de Rose
fashionable
incrível.
enough? But that can't be, right? Don't tell me they're still getting the impression that I'm super old-fashioned.
A gente tá ouvindo ela? Acho que eu acabei de ouvir uma voz, espera. Mas não foi com os meus ouvidos, foi tudo na minha mente. Ela compartilhou o bagulho de veia, ela compartilhou o pensamento dela também.
See Lally's voice?
Incrível. Parece que a Paimon ouviu a mesma voz, mas ela também parece ter entendido o que tá acontecendo. Me deixa pensar. Ah, deve ser um efeito colateral do feitiço que ela lançou. É incrível, velho. E por que ela tá com interrogação agora que eu percebi? Será que ela tem dupla personalidade? Por que ela tá com interrogação? Ou é só porque a gente não entendeu? Pode ser isso também, né? Agora nós podemos ver os pensamentos dela por telepatia? Uau, isso é incrível. Uma coisa dessa só podia acontecer com o Lally. É, não é confiante. Não acho que é isso, não. Pode apostar, deixa com a gente. Ela não escuta o nosso? Será que é porque a gente não fala? Investiga o acampamento à frente. Investigo legal. Sim.
Let's go take a look.
Let's go take a look.
That little...
Quer ler, droga.
Yeah, judging by Paimon's experience as a guide, it definitely looks like people set up camp here.
Wait.
É, não fica. O logista aqui é um pouco estranho.
Let me see.
Paimon sees a small shape here. Could it be some sort of symbol?
This is a distress signal for the Masters of the Night Wind. Only someone from our tribe would recognize it. So Aurora was indeed being threatened.
Tá, vamos trabalhar com essa
We've
hipótese
got to
agora
find
então.
him fast.
Tá.
Leaving such a subtle mark implies that he was trying to be discreet. In other words, he was probably under the Fatui's watch. If they notice us, we can just charge in and fight them to the death. But what if my darling grandson is also there? I can't have him caught in the crossfire.
Meu querido netinho? Netinho de Paula?
No, I've got to be careful. Otherwise he'd get hit as well. How annoying. No, I've got to stay calm and keep my composure.
Eita. Tamo confuso mesmo. Eu tô junto com elas aqui. Tô confusaço. Não sei o que você quer dizer. Continue avançando e investigando. Vou até quebrar isso aqui agora. Toma. Assim é bom de andar. Só recuperar meu flogista aqui só um segundo. Obrigado. Recupera pra gastar aí.
There are traces of people staying here too.
Tá.
Wait a second. The phlogiston around here is jumbled up. I can also smell a mix of elements in the air. Pyro, electro, and some other elements as well.
Atui?
Kanich told us that you were super amazing. No wonder you can sense so many more things than us.
It's about time that little brat said something nice about me. There are signs of a struggle here. Judging from what's left on the scene, there must have been a fight. But
Ah, tá,
after
já
that,
aconteceu,
the
tá.
factions seem to have gone their separate ways. Both the phlogiston and the elemental traces in the air support that.
Parece que o Auron teve a chance de revidar.
Do you still remember the little mark we found before? Paimon's thinking, what if Auroron wanted to leave another distress signal, but was caught by the Fatui?
Talvez. Essa Lally parece bem preocupada. De fato, julgando pelo sinal de socorro de antes, o Auron estava sendo preso pelo Fatui. Então, considerando a diferença em número, ele provavelmente não conseguiria sair vitorioso.
Given there are two signals leading from here, we should split up as well.
Olha, eu assisti muito Scooby-Doo e essa não é uma decisão sábia.
Let's meet up again later.
Mas tudo bem.
Auroron, what the heck were you doing? It's one thing to trouble me, but now I had to bring other people into this as well. You little brat. A gente nada suspeito, a moça embora a gente assim.
And off she goes. Traveler, did you hear all that?
Só encarando só. Sim, a gente tá ouvindo.
Once Seatlali left, that voice went away as well. Paimon even tried calling her name inside Paimon's head, but there was no response.
Então a telepatia não tem duas
So you
vias,
were
não.
thinking the same thing. Paimon also thought that if we could hear what she was thinking, then she could probably also hear what we were thinking in our heads.
Eu não acho que essa galera notou alguma
She
coisa.
did say that she was quite adept at this spell, and it doesn't sound like she's had any trouble with it in the past. Huh, maybe we're a special case and can hear her thoughts as a side effect.
Plot armor, Paimon.
If you think about it, she's really got a lively inner world. It paints quite a different picture from Paimon's first impression of her.
Ok, vamos dar nossa investigação solo. Ah, tá lá mesmo. Ela de fato foi pra lá, legal. Ah, o que a gente tem que investigar?
Paimon sees some traces here. Let's follow them and see if we can find
Vamos embora. Vai dar uma cutscene aqui. Cara, é muito Gensher. Belos patins, gostou? Há rastros de flogista aqui, mas...
Did you find something?
Encontrei rastros de flogista, mas o rastro acaba completamente aqui.
Huh. So we can't tell where Auroron might have gone from here.
Não.
That's weird. The phlogiston trail suddenly stops. We can't make anything of these footprints either. But he can't have just evaporated.
Ah, é a
into
moça
thin
ali do
air, right? We know he wasn't
desafio.
alone. He had all those Fatui with him.
Paimon tem razão, isso tudo é extremamente estranho. Além disso...
You can hear the sounds of the wind from beneath the earth.
Ah, vai ser mais ou menos o que eu pensei, então. Será que vai aparecer já? Quem era essa voz ainda agora? Isso. Teleporte. A Paimon sumiu. Que isso, gente? Gente? Tá. Tá. O Reino da Noite? Como eu cheguei aqui? Dúvida, será que se a gente não tivesse feito todos os desafios, será que as pedras estariam brilhando? Pensei nisso agora. Tá, será que é ele que teleportou a gente
I'm
mesmo?
very sorry, but please do not move. I have no desire to hurt you.
Ah, ele tá... Parece uma personalidade legal. Mas é 4 estrelas.
I apologize that our first meeting has to take place like this. It's just that you're much like one of those animals with ears that perk up as soon as it senses danger in their environment. And given your combat proficiency, I would not have been able to gain an advantage over you if you were anywhere else in the world. However, you're now in the Night Kingdom, a familiar domain to the masters of the Night Wind.
Eu acho que eu não sei se o drip dele foi de 4 estrelas mesmo, né? Tinha essa diferença, eu não sei se hoje em dia ainda tem, mas antigamente tinha a diferença do drip de 5 e 4 estrelas. E já teve o dele da Chaska, então... É.
Hello, traveler. I'm Auroron, the one you've been searching for.
Eu não tinha reparado que ele tinha 2 olhos diferentes. Tem 2 olhos diferentes no drip dele? Legal, gostei dos 2 olhos. Bem Sasuke Uchiha, assim. Ele devia estar com a veia do Sasuke Uchiha, a grande realidade. Apesar da piada de... né? Ele tem homofobia nos olhos, é. E aí, Galahad? Mas, né? Também gosto quando o personagem tem 2 olhos. É da hora, né, velho? Você não gosta muito de pirata, então. Entendi. Mas o que isso quer dizer? Você escapou da custódia dos Fatui?
Ah, the Fatui's custody. I see. So even Granny has told you that I was coerced by the Fatui. I'm afraid you've been brought here by a lie. Like a false omen in the lingering smoke.
Tá, então ele não foi coisado. Ele realmente, ok.
My friend and I only left those traces to lure you here. Deceiving you was never our true intent, however. It was simply the fastest and most feasible way for us to set up a meeting.
Oh my god! Chegou o homem! Gigante! Vem aí, rapaziada.
Greetings, traveler from afar.
Por favor, seja jogável, por favor. É só isso que eu peço.
Be careful with this traveler. Her soul is temporarily restrained by us, and it appears to have become more fragile in the process. It's taking all my concentration to hold on to her.
It was I who tasked Auroron with leaving the traces to lead you here, and I who used the Master's ritual to bring your soul to the Night Kingdom.
Nossa, ok. Então vocês estão trabalhando juntos. O que vocês querem? Eu vou perguntar mais
I've
isso.
heard much about you from the past encounters you've had with my colleagues. Given the present situation in Natlan, I would like to sincerely request a formal meeting with you, in person.
Ok. Tira a máscara então pra gente ver. Vai. Tira a máscara, Firefly, por favor.
I will use the opportunity to explain my goals and motivations to you, as well as why I mistrust Malwika, the Pyro Archon. I believe there is little reason for you to blindly follow her plan.
Não, se ele for uma Firefly, não tem como. Assim como o motivo de eu desconfiar da Malwika. Acredito que haja pouca razão para você seguir o plano dela cegamente.
If you would like to hear our intel, then find us to the east of the stadium. But remember, not a word of this to anyone. I would like to avoid any further conflict.
Realmente o negócio dele é com a Malwika mesmo, né?
You will see me again once you return to reality.
Tira a calça, não pela rádio.
Help me keep this a secret. This is all to avoid dragging Granny into this conflict.
Ok. Vai ele. Não, se o capitão for uma Firefly é de desinstalar o jogo, cara. Não dá não. Porque eu gosto dos caolhos. Não precisa nem falar, né, amor? Não precisa nem falar. Olá.
Hey, what happened just now? You suddenly collapsed and stopped responding.
Estou bem. Vou deixar isso gravado? Não, mas cara, se for uma Firefly é de desinstalar mesmo, tô falando sério. É de ir na frente da porta da Miho e protestar, e é isso aí, velho. Quero meus direitos ou ameaçar se eu... Não, mentira, eu não vou. Nunca falei isso. Foi in-game que eu falei isso, tá? Minha marra foi removida à força do meu corpo ainda agora. Explicaria eu não conseguir ouvir Paimon nem um pouco.
Hey, why are you sitting on the ground? Are you okay?
Ah, eu gosto de sentar.
She froze for a moment and then just collapsed to the ground.
Puta, porque a Paimon não foi junto, então vai falar tudo, né?
Could it have been those leftover remnants from the Night Kingdom? Do you have any itches or pain anywhere?
Coça o narizinho aqui pra mim, tá coçando. Tô bem, só um pouco tonto.
Don't worry. We can take a short break. Sorry, I know I asked for your help.
Tomou
But had I known you were
muito do
feeling
bot.
unwell, I wouldn't have taken you on this trip with me.
Ok. Se eles estavam sendo honestos, devem ter motivos razoáveis para o que fizeram, mas eu deveria confiar neles? Poderia só compartilhar tudo com a Paimon Estrela ali agora mesmo, mas significaria desistir da pista. Eu ainda não tive muitas tentativas com os Fatuis ou os Mestres do Vento Noturno. Acho que vou ficar sem falar nada por hora e ver se consigo descobrir mais algumas coisas. Bot é inimigo dos links.
Exercise any ghosts or weird stuff that you picked up in the Night Kingdom.
Kevin Face. O que é pra ser uma Kevin Face? O Kevin Levin? Já tô lendo sua mensagem já que ela foi banida, ou Cauã? Galahad. Valeu, pessoal. Estou me sentindo bem agora. Tá. Embora a situação permaneça bastante urgente, você dá uma pausa maior com o Paimon instalado. As palavras de Ororo ainda ocupam sua mente, enquanto o instalado continua de olho em você, até fazer outro exame. Tá bom. Sim.
All right, let's get ready. I followed my phlogiston trail earlier to a stronghold guarded by soldiers. I have a feeling that Auroron is probably being held inside.
Eu não diria isso, mas tudo bem. Sinto muito, não percebi que estava te segurando.
I recruited you to be my helper, which means we're in this together. Like the
We're in this together.
We either move as one or not at all. But if you want to make it up to me, then just be sure to fight extra hard when the time comes.
Não vamos jogar com esse talhalho, né? Não vamos jogar com ela nem a pau. Onde que é, moça? Pra cá. Vambora. Ah, esse pulinho dela ficou tudo. Oh. Ficou tudo de bom esse pulinho dela. Ó. 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 Incrível.
Look over there.
Aham, tô olhando.
I don't think she sees
Ah,
someone.
não, ele tá ali mesmo. Ah, ele falou que a gente ia ver ele, né? Tá. Então ele tava aqui perto. Caraca, mas que força é essa que ele não tava junto? Ou a gente não sabe ainda, né? Acho que não. Não tá junto com o capitão, eles conseguem os dois se teleportar pra lá em espírito e...
That's Auroron.
Que isso, cara?
So he really was taken by the Fatui.
Tem magia negra rolando aqui realmente, rapaziada. Então aquele é o Auroron. Ele parece o mesmo de quando eu conversei com ele no Reino da Noite mais
Alright,
cedo.
we'll take the lead.
Ok? Uma visãozinha Electruce.
Hey, quit daydreaming. Don't you have work to do?
I cannot see the sun.
What?
Without the sun, I cannot see the truth. You are currently blocking the light, so I must beseech you to move aside.
Agora, o que essa touca o que essa touca dele é legal, mas é totalmente impraticável, me incomoda um pouco.
Huh? Okay, Mr. Philosopher. That's enough mumbo jumbo.
Eles têm comunicação telepática igual o Pisque e o Cu bem devagar, exatamente. Ó o filósofo. O filósofo citado no Genshin.
Wow. I'm going to rip that guy's head right off.
Pior que o Auroron tá me lembrando o Mouse de Honkai, pode ser, né? Genshin tem dessas.
See, Lolly's struggling to control her temper now.
Are you ready? Let's go kick their butts.
Nossa! Let's sniff it in the butt!
On my count. 3, 2, 1.
Vamos lá, Tainá.
You're still trying to resist? You've got no idea who you're up against.
É, não tem mesmo não, ó, eu. O Auroron tá sentado ali mesmo? Tá.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Bring it. Let the mountain flames boil.
Oh!
Locked up. Claim these souls.
Tem que sair agora? Então vai lá, meu querido. Uma boa saída. Aí ele começou a lagar, daí. I'm gotten cornered. Vai pro lado! Ah, eu travei aqui, velho. Meu Kinite preso no mesmo lugar.
Don't get too close. Target acquired.
Tem mais gente!
Shadow the past. Mind to command.
Hear the echoes of the valley.
Oh!
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Fire it up. Here's backup.
Não consigo ver nada. Eu me mexi, eu não sei se o...
Auroron.
A minha orelha tá legal aqui ainda. Eu tenho que ficar mais pra cá. Né? Minha orelha ficou mais pra cima. Aí.
Granny.
Vou testar o Pokémon TCG Pocket. Opa, boa sorte. Uma boa testada. Ela curte uns roleplay interessante. Quais roleplay interessante? A internet tá meio
I know she's called
batata.
Granny Eats to Leave, but it's still kind of weird hearing someone actually call her Granny.
O que tá rolando? Tá caindo, amor?
And greetings to you too.
Espero dar APK baixando. Justo. Other Granny?
What did you just call her?
Por quê?
Granny. Is that not right? You are Granny's friend, are you not? You seem to be approximately the same age as her, so I figured you're also a granny.
Eita! Tá lá ele tão velho assim?
How many times have I told you? It doesn't work like that. There are a lot of people who look about the same age as me. You can't go around calling everyone Gramps or Granny.
Tá, pode ser só pela aparência? Ok.
Wait. He's not a child, is he? Don't tell Paimon he's one of those people who look like an adult but are actually only 8 or 9 years old.
Então, Paimon, nesse jogo...
Oh, your words have pierced my heart like a thorned vine. Given how hard those thorns are to remove, I may just need to find a pair of tweezers.
Why are you so upset? You can just say yes or no.
Of course I'm not a child. It's just Granny always taught me to show gratitude where it's due. And since the Masters of the Night Wind raised me collectively, I basically see everyone above a certain age as a I should look up to.
Essa hora não tá errada sobre ele, mas ele é duas caras, né? Até por isso os dois olhos, né? Você vê só. O jeito que ele fala definitivamente mudou, mas não parece que ele está fingindo. Ele me pediu pra fazer o que eu pudesse pra ajudar a manter as coisas em segredo e até disse que seria pelo bem dela, desta Lali. Então você trata todos como seus tios e tias. Então você trata todo mundo como se fosse seu avô ou sua avó.
But if you keep that up, then everyone's
Pronto, tem granny issues. Exatamente.
And do you think saying all of this is gonna save you from a scolding, Auroron? Haven't I told you 100 times since you were a kid? Heed the 3 warnings.
Be wary of bees prowling around, scammers looking for their next victim, and strange people who appear out of nowhere.
Oh, so you do remember, and you just chose to ignore them. I always knew that living on your own was going to get you into trouble sooner or later. But getting kidnapped? That really takes the cake. You won't always be able to rely on other people coming to your rescue, you know. You're just lucky we got here when we did. Or we might be launching another search and rescue operation to find out where they put your severed head.
Ah, pouco dramática,
Sorry,
tudo
Granny.
bem.
I'll be more careful next time.
Next time? Oh, good one. You think there'll be a next time after this? Not a chance. They didn't hurt you, did they?
No, they just asked me a lot of questions about Natlan's terrain and made me draw a map of the ley line distribution.
Okay, now answer me honestly. Were you the one who helped the captain escape after
Agora
his
vem a
battle with the
pergunta.
Pyro Archon?
Sim ou não?
Yes,
Tá, ele falou a verdade.
So why did you do it?
because they said they would need my help from there on out. They also said that if I refused, they'd just come to you, Granny, and they'd already figured out a way to make you do their bidding.
Hey, I'm no ordinary Granny. Would they really dare to come after me? And you? Did the gods give you a brain just for you to not use it? Did you really believe everything they said at face value and not stop to think?
Eu vou dizer em inglês. Eu gostei também, tá bem boa.
Thankfully, the Pyro Archon only asked that we find the mysterious individual from the Masters of the Night Wind, and didn't slap your name on a wanted poster. Don't think for a second that she doesn't know what's happening. Even if the truth that you see will soon manifest into reality, there is still no need to preemptively panic. Have you forgotten the words that I've taught you?
I'm sorry.
Ugh, forget it. We can submit the details of this camp and the defeated Fatui as evidence of your innocence. Let's clean this place up and get
Tá,
back
ele
to
vai
the
conseguir
city.
limpar a barra dele
Auroron,
e
you
continuar
better
ajudando o
remember this lesson
capitão.
well and seriously reflect on your actions.
Desculpa os bocejos.
Also, once we return to the city, come to the speaker's chamber with me. I'll need you to explain everything.
Sounds good. Should I bring some of my homegrown vegetables as well?
Your vegetables?
Yes. I grow a lot of fresh produce in my garden. I hope the Pyro Archon
Cara,
won't be too picky about the selection.
Pra terminar o diálogo.
Now's not the time to be thinking about that.
Presidente Lula mandou R$10. Bom dia, companheiro. Feliz aniversário. Sinta-se abraçado pelo fantasma do comunismo. Estou te enviando o Bolsa Família. Faça bom uso.
Muito obrigado, presidente Lula. Obrigado pelos R$10, obrigado pela, né, pelo feliz aniversário aí, muito obrigado. Muito obrigado, vou fazer bom uso sim, pode deixar. Lembrando aí, rapaziada, tem a doação aí, né, a meta daí pro cosplay, então se vocês puderem estar ajudando também, além de estar me mandando presente de aniversário, vão estar ajudando pro cosplay. Enfim, vou usar, vai, né, no final do ano, vou na CCXP. Então, vou estar de cosplay, vou fazer um vídeo pro canal provavelmente. Talvez apareça o cosplay aqui também antes ou depois, acho que depois possivelmente. Não quero deixar de surpresa. E é isso. Né, todos estou sempre muito... sempre aberto a aceitar doações. Então, né, tem a exclamação Pix aí que tem o link. O QR Code está no canto da tela. Você aponta a câmera do seu celular, não a do seu banco. A câmera do celular. Aí ele vai abrir para você poder fazer o Pix. Escrever uma mensagem. Se quiser pode mandar aí com as vozes aí diferenciadas. Pode mandar também só a mensagem sem voz. Enfim. É sobre isso. Mas muito obrigado, presidente Lula. Muito obrigado.
Recite the 3 warnings.
No.
Muito doente, cara.
That you were not in cahoots with the Fatui.
How exactly did the masters raise this guy?
Oh, right.
Right. Então, eu não sei o que eu acho dessa história aqui não, velho. Eu não sei o quanto eu gosto do drama do Ororon aqui. Eu tô meio em dúvida. Quanto eu gosto dele. Uma parte de mim gosta e outra não, ó. Sei lá. É que eu tô muito curioso pelo... Ah, ok, já entramos. Vocês voltam à cidade e ela leva vocês à câmara de discussões, onde recontam tudo o que aconteceu com o Ororon. Copy e pasta. Eu gosto da roupinha desses caras aí da Chaska.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Now that you know Auroron was only trying to protect another member of his tribe, could I ask you to petition the Pyro Archon for her forgiveness?
We'll give her a full report. We'll let you know once she's reached a decision.
Will I need to stay here?
Technically, yes. But if Miss Lolly is willing to serve as your guarantor, then we can release you from custody.
Sure. I'd be happy to do that. I don't have any more time to waste here. I still have other things to do.
Understood. Thank you very much. Mr. Auroron, please report back to the Speaker's chamber as soon as you've received notice of the Archon's decision.
Okay.
I understand. Thank you. And thank you too, Granny.
Well, at least you won't need to hide your face anymore.
Traveler, Paimon, thank you very much for your help. And don't worry, I haven't forgotten about my side.
Tá, só que provavelmente a gente vai dar uma pausa nisso e vai... Exato, a gente vai dar uma pausa nisso pra fazer o bagulho do capitão, eu acho. Conto com você.
You scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's as good as done. You can just go twiddle your thumbs or something while you wait for the good news. Come with me, Auroron. We've got to find you a place to stay for the night.
A pergunta é, a gente vai contar pra Paimon ou a gente vai sem a Paimon, será? Se esse meu novo netinho é educado demais. É, tá. Já posso afirmar que o Ororon é um apreciador de idosos, o terror dos asilos de Teyvat. Não sei se eu quero imaginar isso. Aquele olhar no rosto dele, ele está provavelmente tentando me lembrar sobre a minha promessa. Ele não me parece um mentiroso. Se não tivesse visto tudo com os meus olhos, jamais adivinharia que ele poderia ter feito tanta coisa pelas costas da Talali. O que ele realmente quer? Ah, a gente vai contar. Paimon tem uma coisa que eu preciso contar. Ok, legal, ok. Você puxa o Paimon de lado e conta tudo que você viu mais cedo quando apagou. Não grita! Isso é verdade, né? Nenhum dos Fatui ataca a gente, né? De... É que eu acho que depois dos movimentos da senhora ser tão agressivos e o resultado que ela teve, eu acho que... eu acho que a galera já entendeu que é melhor ir na maciota do que ter loucura. Ainda não tenho certeza, preciso de mais informações.
Paimon will support your choice no matter what, so if you want to go, we can go together. We still have another whole day before the meeting, so we'll just meet with them when the time comes.
Vambora, chat. Espere 8 horas do dia seguinte. Amanhã, 20 horas. 20 horas. 2002. Cara, tá muito... Mano, não sei explicar, rapaziada. Mas eu tenho bastante curioso, assim, sobre a... a história. Aí, agora a gente vai já no lugar combinado. Ai. Vaga legal. Queria ter subido aqui. A gente já vai no lugar combinadoce. Ah, é o QTP ali, né? Vamos pegar, vamos uma aceleradinha. Cara, eu tô bem empolgado. Quero muito saber o que o Capitão vai falar, velho. Eu não acho que ele vai entregar tudo não, velho. Acho que ele vai deixar um pouquinho. O arco de Natlan acabar com o Capitão desertando dos Fatui e casando com a Mavuika vai ser absoluto cinema. Nem tanto também, né? Ah.
Weird. Paimon doesn't see anyone. Oh, please don't let this be a trap.
Por favor. Temos alguém? Ah, é a ceninha do trailer.
Good evening. Nice to see you again.
Tá.
It's you. You shouldn't pop up from behind people like that. What are you, a ghost?
Talvez.
I'm terribly sorry. It's just a force of habit.
And what's with you apologizing all the time? You sound so polite and honest, but you're actually doing shady stuff behind people's backs.
You're right. Granny tells me that too. Huh. Come to think of it, you remind me of her. Sometimes you two seem really similar, you know.
Uhum.
Oh, so you're gonna call Paimon Granny too now?
Well, I could.
Vai direto ao ponto. Cadê o homem?
It's all clear. Over to you.
Excellent. The fact that you showed up proves that I was right about your character.
Isso, o cara tava escondido ali, ninguém viu, velho. Só tenho interesse em informações. Não me importo com o que os Fatui acham de mim. É, eu tenho interesse nas informações mesmo.
Child told me that you're passionate about the unknown and willing to take risks. Rather than facing you as a
Ele vai falar todo mundo?
I would much prefer to bring you to my side. If we allow the current state of things to continue, we will inevitably clash. And that's a scenario that I'd very much like to avoid.
Você até tem um coraçãozinho no peito também, mó kawaii. Verdade, né? Ele tem um coração... Cara, ele é muito de Natlan mesmo. Ele tem até um coração no peito. A visão da Stalar, ele tem um bagulho parecido. Ele é de Natlan. Confirmado.
Though you have crossed swords with my colleagues many times, I know that you are by no means an unreasonable person.
Tá.
And once you've learned the truth that the Pyro Archon Malwika would never willingly share with you, you may just find it in your heart to consider my proposal.
Tá.
I assume you've already been informed of the Pyro Archon's plan. In order to defeat the Abyss and save Natlan, she still needs 2 more heroes to appear.
É uma aventurina invertida.
Wait, how did you know that? Never mind. Guess that's not important now.
É, de fato, não é muito importante.
I've long kept a close eye on her plan. To be frank, it's an exceedingly risky plan. Will the heroes really appear?
É o que ela preveu.
If they come to her, will their power be enough to drive the Abyss back?
Ele tá se preocupando realmente com o Natlan.
If any part of the plan goes awry, all of Natlan, even all of Tevat, will pay for her mistakes.
Tá.
Now, you may have been led to believe that this is the only plan available to her. But what if I told you she's had another emergency plan all along?
Eita.
The details of which she has chosen to keep
É, ó, de fato, dá pra ver a boquinha dele ali. Tá, ele realmente tem um rosto. Agora, o quanto esse rosto só tá escondido pra ficar escondido pra gente, ou o quanto ele usa de fato uma máscara de bandido, assim, né, de esqui. Mas ele tem a boquinha ali. Então eu acho que eles só fazem escuro realmente pra gente não ver o rosto, porque senão seria muito fácil.
An emergency plan?
Eu acho que é mais por isso mesmo.
Yes. A way to keep Natlan intact, even if her original plan fails.
Ele tem um rosto
Given the
normal.
painful cost of its execution,
Ele é um Hilichur? Não,
she's
não
chosen
parece.
to keep it as a mere backup plan.
Ele anda muito reto, anda curvado.
Whether this stems from hesitation, fear, or even naivete, I cannot say. But Natlan cannot afford to wait until she comes to her senses.
Tá.
My fear is that given the enormity of the decision, she will be reluctant to confront the dire reality we face until it is too late. There will be no time left to execute the backup plan, and all of Natlan will be lost to the abyss.
Queria dizer que descobri a identidade do presidente Lula. Ah, do Donate? Por quê?
We have to make the decision for her, here
And now. Isso é apenas especulação sua.
Yeah, do you have any evidence for all this?
Ué,
Telling us a bunch of scary stuff isn't enough, you know.
justo. Eu tava pensando se ela era o Pupu. Se era o Pupu, na verdade, quer dizer, não é. É você que tentou roubar a Gnose pro plano da Tsaritsa, assim? Pera, ao roubar a Gnose e tomar uma decisão por ela, será que ele quer dizer que a Gnose tem algo a ver com esse plano reserva?
I knew you to be clever enough to see. That's right. I did not seek the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa.
Ah, é por isso que ela tem aquela fala então na luta deles. Ok.
Since I was defeated in battle, I must put to rest my thoughts about the Gnosis. But even so, my desire to save Natlan remains unchanged. And now, I have found a new way to solve the crisis. We can implement it immediately if we reach an agreement.
Ele realmente se importa com o Natlan, então ele com certeza é daqui. O que ele sentiu?
Someone's here.
Eita.
The captain disappeared.
Ah, mas é que é isso. Ela tem muito plot armor, cara.
Something's rapidly approaching. Oh no.
Something? Bad news, chump. It's your granny.
Bad news, champ. It's your granny. Que personagem incrível, velho. Incrível.
When did you get here?
I knew something was amiss after we were separated. Hidden ceremonial tools, an unconscious traveler. I must say, I'm very curious about what you're up to.
Ah, ela já tá dentro. Agora já era.
Behind our backs like this, Auroron? Colluding with the Fatui? Really?
É, não adianta mais fingir não, Aurora.
Oh, here we go again. Cat got your tongue, huh? You really think you can avoid a scolding just by staying quiet?
I'm not trying to avoid anything.
Oh, and now you're talking back. Well, go on then. Explain yourself. What the heck are you up to?
I'm sorry, Granny. I feel so guilty.
You! That's it! Where are my tools? I swear if I don't teach you a lesson right here and now, I'll...
Wait, Tsubali! Please, calm down. We, still learned a lot of info, didn't we? Like the fact that the captain isn't trying to seize the Gnosis anymore. So, maybe just save the scolding for later, okay?
Esse não é um lugar para disciplinar uma criança. Mãe.
Listen well, Auroron.
Por aí.
You're only getting out of this now because of the Traveler's plea. This isn't over. You hear me?
Você vai me ouvir quando a gente chegar em casa. É basicamente isso.
Right, Traveler. Let's go. We can discuss this more back in the city. You two keep an eye on Auroron for me, okay?
Pô, não deixou o capitão contar. Nossa conversa com o capitão foi interrompida no momento mais crucial. Mas se o Auroron ainda estiver aqui, talvez ainda podemos saber do resto com ele. O general o quê? O general oficialmente mensageiro Fatui capitão. Nossa, é que eu li. Deus. O general em seu labirinto. Conheço oficialmente o mensageiro Fatui capitano. Leitura. Leitura is my passion. Bom dia. Ah, ele tá vindo junto com a gente, tá? Tá tudo bem.
In all my years, I've never had a child cause me so
Ah, tá
much
muito
grief.
pistola.
Do you seriously not see what's at stake here? You've got a head on your shoulders, Auroron. Use it.
Caraca, você tá a cabeça sobre os seus
Why did you
ombros.
help the captain? And I want the truth this time. No answer? Think you're being smart? Then let me ask a different question.
Será que ele vai
What does the
falar?
captain want? What is his purpose in Natlan?
Por que ele não consegue falar pra ela?
Really? You're just going to stonewall me?
Será que é um bagulho de dupla personalidade ou será que é porque ele realmente tem vergonha de ter sido pego? Parece que o Oro não tem a mínima intenção de responder ela.
Just use your brain for a second. What do you possibly stand to gain by helping the captain? Only endless trouble awaits you and everyone in the tribe. You've always been a good kid. Why would you throw that all away now? If you're worried about something, just talk to me. Granny would much rather we had a conversation instead of constantly clashing like this.
Why is he staring at us all of a sudden?
Eu também não sei, pai bom.
I'm sorry that you have to hear all this.
Tá de boa.
You're very kind. Most people would have fled by now. Not everyone can handle Granny's scolding.
Tá, ele tá com vergonha então. E lá volta ela.
Oh? You dare gossip between yourselves instead of listening to me? You...
Tá muito pistola.
Sorry, Granny.
Sorry, Granny.
Sorry, Granny.
Isso, coringou.
Sorry, Granny. You know what? Fine. I'm perfectly aware that everything I say goes in one ear and out the other. You're all grown up now, so why would you listen to an old hag like me?
Nossa, mandou a frase. Vocês vão sentir a minha falta. Quando eu morrer, vocês vão sentir minha falta.
You say all the right things, but then you go and completely ignore me. Well,
Ninguém me escuta nessa casa.
you can stop sending Aoife over to my place to deliver your
Ai.
stupid vegetables.
Ela é muito... desculpa, pulei sem querer.
Delivery person?
That's irrelevant. The point is, he hangs out with this kid, so he must be no good. You kids get to a certain age and suddenly act like you know it all. There's nothing I can say to get through to you.
Ela é muito vovó, achei incrível. Só faltou puxar pela orelha só o Oron.
If you're still thinking about that so-called duty, then please, just forget about it. The ley lines did not fall to this state because of you. And we've long closed the book on that incident.
Seems they've started talking about some kind of tribal history. I'm starting to get lost.
Cara, parabéns, eles fizeram um personagem que vai vender horrores, velho. Tem algo estranho com a voz dele.
I know you tend to get down on yourself when you're upset, but I can tell I really hurt you this time. All I can say is I'm sorry.
Realmente, parece que a voz dele tá variando.
His voice. Auroron! Where have you gone?
It sounds like he's somewhere super far away, but isn't he right here in front of us?
I'm really sorry. It's up to all of us to do everything we can to save Natlan. So I've got to go.
Que isso? Que isso?
Get back here this instant! Auroron! What is this? Powder from plant spores? Is that the trick he used?
What just happened? How was he able to suddenly get so far away like that?
It's a trick of his. If you grind spores into a powder and spray it in the air, it can be manipulated to create an illusion.
Caraca.
He pulled it off flawlessly. He must have put a lot of time into perfecting it. Don't tell me that's how he's been hunting in the fields these days. Oh, couldn't he have picked up something more useful? Little brat. That's it. The next time we meet, I'm definitely going to break his legs.
É. Parabéns. Parabéns, Miojo. Vai vender horrores esse boneco. Se o kit dela for bom, nossa. Ela vai vender horrores. Ainda não quer saber os... Ele ainda não quer nos dizer nada sobre seus objetivos.
I'm sorry for interrupting your conversation with them earlier. But even if you'd been able to hear them out, there's no guarantee you would have gained anything substantial.
Eu só não falo isso, Pegas, porque eu tô gostando de todos os bonecos de Natlan. Então assim, eu não posso, né? Até Arconte ali eu não sei muito dizer, então.
Auroron probably did everything he could to get away because he knew I'd get the truth out of him sooner or later. Oh, that brat. I swear.
Capitano provavelmente tem algum tipo de plano substancial. Caso contrário, Ororon não teria motivo para continuar seguindo ele. Encontramos novamente... Nos encontrarmos novamente está fora de questão no momento. Então deve ser mais rápido se procurarmos Arconte e confirmar o que o capitão disse. Além disso, percebo que a teimosia de Ororon machucou profundamente essa Lali. Preciso encontrar uma forma de confrontá-la. Foi tudo aquilo sobre o dever do Ororon.
We've got quite a long walk back to the city. Let's take our time. It'll give me a moment to figure out how to explain all this.
Tá. Eu rodo em todos, né? Cara, eu só não... É que eu nem não gostei. Eu gostei muito da Moalane. Eu não gostei da gameplay dela. Mas... Não, porque eu não achei divertido, mas assim... Cara, Natlan tá muito difícil. Eu já tinha achado Fontaine uma região difícil, mas... Natlan tá complicado, velho. E é só 5.1. Acredito que eu não gostei da gameplay do Quinto. Acredito, velho. Né? São gameplays bem diferentes. A dela da Moalane. Tem muita gente que olha e fala, nossa, como você não gostou? Eu não gostei.
Do you two have some time? Feeling hungry? How about we get something to eat?
All right, it's been a while since we last ate. Now that we can relax, Paimon just realized how hungry she is.
Then let's go. We can find somewhere to sit down and talk. Food and drinks are on me.
Tudo bem, podemos cobrir nossa própria conta. Vamos ter um fundo secreto para comida, então ela pode fazer as honras.
How did this become Paimon'sville?
É.
Sweet Lolly looks quite down on herself.
Sim.
All right. It's on Paimon this time. What's one meal to the best guide into that? So you can just sit back and enjoy, Sweet Lolly. Paimon will take care of it.
Hey, come on now. You won't even let me take you out for some food and drinks? I just wanted to treat you to a meal.
Are you sure? We can save you some Mora.
Mora is the least of my concerns. Besides, we're definitely due a meal after all the time we've spent together. Let me get this one. I might be an old hag, but I like to think I'm not completely useless.
Sure,
That's fine
with us, but Paimon doesn't want you to be sad, Sweet Lolly.
Don't worry. I'm sure a juicy grilled steak will work wonders.
Éguas. Vambora. Vá para a Tavernuce. Vamos fazer assim, né, que... Ah, dá pra ir por aqui? Então vamos por aqui. Minha Shirane tá curando muito. 600 de HP. Nossa. Que isso, cura muito mesmo, hein? Ah, é o curas. Tururu. Vocês três entram em uma taverna e encontram um anão, uma loira e um português. Você e Paimon pedem comida. Suco de fruta. Ah, o Chris? Enquanto você tá lá, ele começa a beber garrafa atrás de garrafa de vinho. A gente não pode beber que a gente é de menor, né? Pra variar.
What are you looking at?
Do you see two people standing by the door? They look like spitting images of each other.
Ah, vai ficar bêbada, né? É verdade, tava no trailer isso, né? Isso, são gêmeos. A Kagebushin. Eu acho que era sério por um segundo. O quê? O cura muito ou... Ou vocês entram na taverna e vem uma loira em português.
I guess my mind isn't as sharp as it used to be. Give me another bottle, boss.
Do you think she's drunk?
Não imagina. Ficaria surpreso se ela não tivesse, exatamente.
There you go, miss. Oh my, it's not every day you get to see Granny Itzley here with some friends. Not to mention ones who've made a huge name for themselves recently.
Oh, so you've heard of us?
Of course I have. Aren't you the ones who saved Kachina and brought her back?
A mudinha, exatamente. Foi a gente que salvou.
You hit it off with Granny Seedlolly. She wouldn't spend time with just anybody, you know.
Achamos a parceira de boteco do
I
Vente.
don't even remember the last time I saw
Tem
her
que
with
estar
a
no
new
próximo evento de vinho lá de Monde.
Wait, so you call her Granny too?
Tararara.
Well, given our ages, it'd probably be more accurate for me to call her my great-great-granny. She's one of the most famous people at the
Será
Masters
que ela é
of
velha
Natlan.
mesmo, é isso?
Most days, hardly anyone even dares talk to her.
Ela realmente, tipo, é a velha, velha, velha?
Gossiping about me right in front of my face now, are you, Chonka?
Oh, please, Granny, I wouldn't dare. I'm just beyond happy to see you bring over some new friends. After all, any friends of our regulars are sure to be great
A irmã mandou
customers too.
mensagem há 1 hora atrás, eu só fui ver agora. Acontece.
Alright, that's enough. Go on now. I'm sure the other customers would like to talk to you as well. There's no need to keep staring at me. I promise I'll keep my alcohol down until I leave.
Well then, you have my thanks.
Aposto achando que ir embora se ela bebe mais alguns copos e começa a encarar o vazio. Começa a pensar se ela realmente... Se ela está realmente bêbada ou pensando em algum problema complexo em sua cabeça.
Seat Lowy? Seat Lowy?
Possivelmente ela tá mesmo, pega.
You got some gall calling me by my first name. Let me guess. You want to test your skills against Granny Eatsley, don't ya?
Are you still with us, Seat Lowy? You're talking to no one.
O Vulete só curte água de passarinho mesmo.
Picking fights with me? Well, you know what happens next. You lose, and then run off home to tell everyone about how I'm this big scary bully. It's always the same story. You brats start it, I finish it, and
Monstro
then I end
terrível
up
entre os
with the
xamãs.
reputation of being some kind of terrible monster among the shamans. I mean, come on, monster? Me?
É realmente a velha bêbada do bar.
What did I do to deserve that?
Granny Seat Lowy, you're not a monster at all.
Exactly. And while we're at it, I'm not some lazy slacker either. Between meditation, advising the chief, and speaking with the Wyab, I actually have a pretty packed schedule, you know.
Incrível.
Oh yeah. And I have to mentor all the new kids. Hey, new kid.
It's you.
You.
Essa pontadinha é incrível. Quem? Eu?
Don't play dumb. Didn't I teach you how to find phlogiston? You see? I know my stuff. I'm a good
Ai,
teacher.
cara.
You tell him.
Parabéns, meu irmão. Vamos vender absurdo esse boneco. Obrigado por todos os seus ensinamentos, senhora.
More like it. About dang time someone showed me a little respect. Yeah, Granny's a hard worker, all right. You can always rely on old Granny.
Dormiu.
Did she just fall asleep with her eyes open? Oh, jeez.
Behind this pitch-black curtain, a chapter of hatred reveals itself. Behind the smoke, the lingering smoke.
Eita.
Ah, she's meditating again. She does this whenever she's had a few too many drinks. Her mind's actually racing at this point. It's quite the opposite of sleep.
Is this another specialty of the Masters of the Nightwind?
No, I'd say it's an ability that's unique to Sitlali herself. While she can easily pick up everyone else's skills and tricks, few have been able to master hers.
Warning, warning. Red, red, the color of danger, has now arisen within that pair of eyes. Huh?
Tá acordada?
Traveler? Paimon?
What's wrong?
gonna hurl.
Eu vou gorfar.
Hang on, just keep it in.
Phew. Okay, it's passed.
Jeez.
That was a close one.
Incrível,
You
velho.
had Paimon worried. Paimon really thought you were about to barf all over the table just now.
How embarrassing.
Ela tá precisando de alguém que chame ela
Sorry
de
you had to see
Granny.
me like that. That's never happened
Entendi.
before, I swear. I've never thrown up, not once.
Não perguntamos sobre antes.
Are you feeling okay? Wanna take a quick walk and get some fresh air?
There's so much that I want to say, but I can't.
Por quê?
Why not? Of course you can. Just say whatever's on your mind.
Please, Paimon, it's not as simple as you think. We've only known each other for a few days, right? What would you think of me if I were to start dumping all of my complaints on you after we've only just met?
Não ia ficar muito surpreso, não.
Paimon gets it. You're hoping that we wouldn't think less of you no matter what you're about to say.
No, that wasn't my point at all. Seriously, don't you youngsters know anything about shame? I'm talking about shame.
Shame.
I've lived all these years and still can't get rid of it. Surely you know the feeling
Se
too.
livrar do quê? De ficar bêbado?
Actually, about
Queríamos
that,
apenas contar a ela?
Huh? Tell me what?
Tell me why.
this is as good a time as any.
Certo, Slali. Escute bem e tente não ficar muito chateada. Você é chata quando bebe. Descreve os eventos acontecidos durante o resgate de Ororon o mais objetivo, justo e imparcial quanto possível. Slali compartilhou alguns de seus sentidos com você através de um encantamento, te permitindo temporariamente ler seus pensamentos. Ah, tá, ok. É isso que a gente vai relatar.
So, you heard my...
It's okay, Sweet Lolly. You had every right to complain about those things.
I can't take it anymore! Why do these things happen to me?
Ficou puta.
Hearing me mumble under my breath is one thing, but hearing what I mumble in my own head? That's too much.
De fato, eu concordo. Mas quem mandou o spell foi
It's just
você,
like
né?
when you're rolling on the floor in your pajamas, but you forget to lock the door, and someone bursts in to deliver cabbages and sees the whole thing.
Específico, você quer falar sobre isso?
So that, happens to you a lot.
It happens to people in general, okay? Doesn't matter if you're 200 years old or 1,000 years old. Everyone rolls around in their pajamas sometimes. I was just picking something generic.
Você tá bem, você parece
Take a
derrotado.
walk with me. I have things to share with you.
Voltou o bêbado.
She's completely given up. Like those criminals who just confess everything and accept their fate.
Deveríamos segui-la só pra garantir que ela não vai fazer nada idiota. Subir meu pé de novo. Pra onde a fumaça vai? Para ir para um lugar diferente. Tudo bem. É, rapaziada. Gostou, Ventura, da minha catininha? Eu tinha falado antes, eu não comentei, né? Eu tô de catininha. Eu sou a Catina hoje. Hoje eu sou a Catina sou eu. Ela tá sem dublagem no inglês. Então hoje eu sou a Catina.
Well,
Faz uma
great
pirueta.
view, right? I love coming here by myself.
Ok.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Obrigada por nos trazer até aqui.
You're making me want to cry.
Oh no. What do we do? Please don't
Ah,
cry.
obrigado. Não quero, amigão. Muito obrigado. Não quero. Tchau. Falei mal da minha XP e mora. Consegui deixar a Chilanei no 46? Que isso?
I was an expression, okay? A figure of speech. I'm just...
Foi mais rápido? É, eu
embarrassed.
faço geralmente porque é
Here
costume.
you are thanking me.
Mas eu posso
Even
deixar pra você
after
fazer.
you helped me all this time.
let's just have a casual conversation. It's easiest that way.
Really? You don't seem like the kind of person who
É,
keeps
vamos de conversa casual, não tem problema.
Well, I guess I used to be more of a stickler for the rules. And you're right, I don't usually open up to the people of my tribe like this.
Bom.
I'm just an eccentric old hag to them. That story's been passed down so long, it might as well be true.
But you're just a regular person.
The kids of my tribe would have a heart attack if they heard you say that. Granny Eatsley is a powerful figure. Be careful around her.
É o que eles diriam.
That's what they'd say.
Well, you are powerful. Are they afraid of you?
Some are. Others are mad I always come out on top. A few decades like that, and people stop knowing how to deal with you. What about you? Are you scared of me?
We don't
Não.
find you scary at all.
Ramon tem razão.
That's because you're not from my tribe. You don't know how many delusions of grandeur I've destroyed just by existing.
Que isso?
I make people realize that no matter how hard they work, they'll never become a living legend like me.
É, eu também.
Not to brag or anything. Maybe it's hard to believe. Just pretend I never said anything.
We believe you. Shilonen has full faith in your abilities, and Auroran didn't seem scared of you. He thinks of you as his granny, right?
Yes, but Auroran's a special case. Mawika already told you about her plan. And you've given so much help to Auroran and me.
Eita, hora da verdade.
You deserve to learn the full truth. Auroran's not like other people. As I mentioned, he was abandoned as a child.
Ah.
The reason being, his soul is incomplete. The Masters of the Nightwind view this as a bad omen, capable of bringing about illness and misfortune. No one knows who his parents were. He was just left on a rock in the wilderness. It's a miracle he wasn't devoured by some wild beast. The Masters of the Nightwind believe they can see human souls. And in Auroran's incomplete soul, they saw a possibility for Natlan. A possibility to turn Auroran into a vessel for lost souls.
Eita.
The ceremony would allow lost souls to gather within him. Auroran would then be sent to the Night Kingdom to return the souls to their rightful place, strengthening the ley lines and completing the ceremony.
Wait, that doesn't sound right.
É uma pessoa viva para o Reino da Noite?
Now you see the problem. When damage occurs to the Night Kingdom, the souls held within disperse and remain adrift, unable to find a way back to the ley lines. This loss of souls damages the Night Kingdom even further. The ceremony can send back countless souls at once, which would benefit the Night Kingdom and the souls themselves. Of course, the vessel, Auroran, would be sacrificed in the process. I wasn't surprised the chief at the time came up with the plan. The ley lines were already in a terrible state. A suitable candidate for the ceremony appears.
De fato.
And now you have the chance to make things better. When the chief asked for my opinion, I didn't give my approval, but I didn't object either. So they went ahead with the ceremony. It failed, and Auroran escaped with his life. Pathetic, isn't it? By not objecting, I basically gave them the go-ahead. Maybe they didn't have my explicit approval, but it's not like I did the right thing. If the ceremony was successful, Auroran would probably be dead.
Provavelmente. Nem fez que essa tela tá aparecendo um monte. Pois é, né? Tá sendo bem foco nessa primeira parte aqui.
Of course, in my tribe, death is rarely something to fear. But what kind of message would we be sending by sentencing a newborn to death? By using a human life as a tool? It's not right. So, when I learned the ceremony had failed, I was ashamed by my inaction. the plan was
Curioso pra
never a
saber quando vai
secret.
acabar o ato 3.
Or, I guess I should say, there was no point to keeping it a secret. A simple investigation from Auroron would reveal everything. Everyone thought he would be happy he survived. And he never really said anything to the contrary. But just as I was about to put all of it behind me, he asks this question. Would Natlan have been saved if the ceremony succeeded?
Não é culpa dele, mas ele vai falar que sim.
He knows that,
É.
but he still feels guilty. Auroron has a strong ability to perceive souls, more than any of us. He understands just how dire the situation with ley lines has become. Maybe he chose to work with the Fatui because he still thinks he owes a debt to Natlan.
É uma possibilidade
I can only
mesmo.
imagine what they told him.
Traveler, didn't the captain say he found a way to solve the crisis? Maybe that's what brought Auroron into this.
Sim.
Anyway, we can't just let things go on like this. We have to convince him to come back.
Esse deveria ser o nosso próximo passo.
You don't look so good, Sweet Lolly. Maybe you should head back and get some sleep.
Probably drank too much. It's okay. The fresh air is doing me good. Okay. Forget that. I need to go home.
Não preocupe, você não precisa fazer nada disso sozinho.
You've helped me so much already. How do I even begin to thank you?
Hey, we're friends, aren't we? Besides, you already said you owe us a favor, so you don't need to worry about us.
Good point. Well, I'll go home and get some sleep. We can figure out our next move in the morning.
Será que vai acabar agora a primeira parte? Não?
Friends. I like the sound of that.
Auroron's probably back with
Sozinho
the
de
captain,
Miss.
don't you think?
Deveríamos contar para Arconte pai o que
You mean about
descobrimos.
the backup plan? Do you really believe what the captain told us?
Devemos ser apenas francas com
Yeah,
ela.
you're right. We should just go to her directly. But she's probably asleep. We can find her first thing in the morning. For now, let's go to bed.
Tá, metade da quest. Acredito eu. Já que já não é a primeira vez. A luz tremle. Tremelente. E aí, chat, o que você tá achando até agora da história? Qual será o gancho? Tô curioso. Olha a gente deitada. Legal, legal. Bobinho, mas eu gostei.
Guess we should see what's going on.
Parapaparam. Tá, ela já apareceu de
You're
novo.
already here. I was just about to come get you.
Wow, you're up early. That's impressive, especially after all the drinking last night.
Let's not bring up last night. I'm embarrassed about the whole thing. Anyway, I was also woken up by the commotion. Looks like all the warriors from the stadium
Ih,
are
já
on
vai
the
ter
move.
coisa já?
I heard many areas have been attacked by the Abyss, including the Masters of the Nightwind. I need to head back right away.
The Abyss attacked again? Are you sure you can handle it on your own? Do you need our help?
I'll be fine. We also have the support of the warriors stationed at the various outposts. Given the quick response,
Tá.
things shouldn't get too
É,
serious.
falou dela, amor, ela
The
acha
stadium could
acabou
always
de se
use more
despedir por
manpower,
enquanto.
so you should join the forces here.
E quanto ao Ororon?
I'm done making excuses for him. He's not a child anymore. He needs to take responsibility for his actions. I was the one who vouched for him, so I need to report back to the Speaker's chamber. I'll accept however they choose to handle the situation. But I should be able to convince them to let me go back to my tribe first to deal with the attack. As for the ancient name, once we handle this crisis, I'll talk to Shilonen right away. Don't worry. I never forget a promise to a friend.
Também ficarei de olho no Ororon. Ok, então a gente vai fazer, tipo... Bem depois, então, esse nome, pelo visto.
Alright, I need to start heading back.
Ou pelo menos no ato 4, mas... Não vai ser agora. Ok.
The situation must be really serious. Looks like a lot of people are heading to the stadium. Let's see what's going on.
Vamos. Tarará. Ah. Chaska, Yansan, sua irmã, a irmã da Chaska é Moalani.
Perfect. Our star outlander has appeared. Oh, you're all here! But, what's with the whole star outlander thing? Just my way of saying how awesome you are. We've got a real emergency on our hands, so this is the perfect time for you to show off your skills.
Vambora, então.
Rundown of the situation first. The Abyss suddenly attacked the Collective of Plenty, the Masters of the Nightwind, the Children of Echoes, and a number of our camps and outposts in the wild.
Todos de uma vez só?
Yes, and the attacks are increasing in frequency.
The tribes have plenty of defenses,
A
so
chuchu.
they're safe for now. But I can't say the same for the adventurers and merchants stuck in the wild. Chaska and I have been searching for survivors and treating the wounded. We just got back.
Ó, legal, Doug.
Head out again soon.
I plan on heading back to the Collective of Plenty, just in case my tribe needs me. What about you, Mulalani? Where are you gonna go? I'll go help the Children of Echoes. They're the closest, so I can start fighting right away.
E mais pra cá, né? Meu chapéu tá mais pra cá. Deixa eu botar meu chapéu de catina, que eu tô todo torto aqui. Muito bom essa piadinha.
What about you guys? We could go together.
Agora Arconte Pyro primeiro, eu preciso falar.
That does sound important.
Ah, tá ali.
No worries. Just leave the Children of Echoes to us.
O que ela tá falando?
Who knows? Maybe yours truly will have the Abyss on the run by the time you're finished. That would be pretty great, actually. I hope my tribe gets through okay. It'll be fine. Your tribe doesn't do all that bodybuilding for nothing.
Bodybuilding?
Let's part ways here for now. And most importantly, be careful, everyone.
Okay.
Oh, and some of us need to avoid getting contaminated by dangerous-looking substances. That will make my job a lot easier.
Koichi, do we really have to do this now?
It's alright. She's just looking out for everyone.
Eu gosto como a NPC tá tendo destaque. Será que ela não é uma 4 estrelas ainda não? Mas eu gosto como ela tá tendo destaque. O que ela tá falando? Ah, é uns aleatórios, tá, só. Finalmente, Mavuika.
Oh, it's you two. As you can see, things are not looking good right now. People across Natlan are in danger. Look, I'm very interested in your recent adventures, but this is not a good time. So we'll have to keep our conversation short.
That's alright, we're also in a hurry. We're gonna go help the Children of Echoes after this.
Encontramos Capitano. É. Você conta a Mavuika sobre seu breve encontro com o Capitano e Ororon.
So he thinks my plan is too risky. He thinks I'm being stubborn.
Agnos realmente consegue fazer o que ele disse?
I shouldn't underestimate the Fatui's ability to gather intelligence. The Gnosis does have that function, but there's more to the story. I will answer you honestly, but you must help me keep this a secret.
Tá.
I can use the power of the Gnosis to save Natlan, but it comes at a heavy price.
Qual o
The
preço?
Gnosis would drain all the souls and memories from the Night Kingdom and weave them into a giant net, which would surround the ley lines and protect them against abyssal corrosion.
Wait, you can use souls to weave a net? But does that mean...
Será que ela vai fazer uma lã?
It means sacrificing those souls in the process. Souls are just another form of life. The cruelty of this method is self-evident. The Night Kingdom not only houses the souls of the dead, but also our memories and legends. Using the Gnosis means converting all three into material for the net, erasing our history and culture.
Tá.
Even then, the net can still become corroded. If we cannot find a way to repair the damaged ley lines before that happens, then all those sacrifices are for nothing. Given the enormity of the price, it's a solution I refuse to consider right now. I want us to win, but I also care about how we win, and what that means for us in the end. Now it's true, both plans come at a risk, but after weighing our options,
que desgranha.
this is our best bet.
Os preços que a Gnose tem essa função não se parecem com algo que a Arconte faria.
Natlan is unique among the nations of Teyvat. Given the ever-looming threat of the Abyss, the Pyro Archons had to account for the worst-case scenario.
Tá.
Having a contingency plan is our duty, not just to the people of Natlan, but to all who live on this continent. Still,
Café daqui a pouco.
this has always been a well-kept secret. I'm very curious how the captain learned this information.
Fatui, né, filha?
One more thing? The captain said he found another way to solve the problem. Could be equally as extreme, though.
Without the Gnosis, he should have no other option. But I see no reason for him to lie. Seems like our only path forward is to track him down, so he can answer that question for us.
A Arconte acabou de compartilhar um segredo importante conosco. E ela parece sincera. Descobrir essa tal forma de salvar Natlan do Capitão é a chave. Talvez um pouco.
Just as expected. I appreciate your sincerity. Maybe it was out of caution, anxiety, or simple curiosity, but know this. No matter what, our goal remains the same. We both want to save the people of this land.
E já acabamos com o Capitão do Mal,
So
né?
now that you have your answer, do you still doubt me?
Nem um pouco.
You scared, Paimon. You've really got a lot of guts, Traveler.
That's a good thing. Oh, and feel free to call me Mawika. It's what all my friends call me, and I like it that way.
Oh, friends.
As for the captain, the intelligence officers we assigned to the Fatui should be back soon. We'll get our answer then.
That's great. Sounds like we just have to wait a little longer.
Os ataques atuais são...
Not just yet. Even though the Abyss is attacking several locations at once, I'm confident the warriors stationed in those areas can handle it.
Tá.
Don't worry. I just need to finish coordinating our available manpower, then I'll take a small team to handle the difficult locations.
Wait, you're going to fight in person? Didn't you give up your power?
That's true. I'm far less powerful than a god in my current state. But don't forget, I was an experienced and powerful warrior before I ever became the Pyro Archon.
Ok.
No matter how you look at it, my duty is on the front lines.
Tenho certeza que você é uma inspiração para todos os seus guerreiros.
I just think there's strength in numbers. If the people feel emboldened, that's just a bonus. Anyway, even if we respond to these threats in time, it's not a permanent solution in the long run.
Sim.
I've considered moving my people to other nations, but given their close connection to the Night Kingdom, a forced evacuation would have devastating consequences. I've told the chiefs of each tribe to strengthen their defenses and advise people against leaving their settlements. Now, I just need to find the right time to disclose the true nature of the crisis to the people of Natlan.
Paimon's a little worried about how people will react.
Acho que várias pessoas vão se juntar à luta. Todo mundo upando sua Shilonen e eu aqui upando meu Tigas. Acontece.
In any case, that's for me to worry about. I'll let you know when we have more information on the captain.
Tá.
Alright, we should head out. Maybe we can join up with Moani. She can't be too far ahead.
Vamos lá. Cuide-se, Mawika.
No need to worry about me.
Ok. Vá aos filhos dos ecos. A luz tremeluzente. Divide em dois. Rapaziada, eu vou pegar um cafezinho e eu já volto porque tá complicado. Mas na verdade não. Não, vou continuar. Continuar, eu vou pegar um café no intervalo de uma pra outra. E também o horário é bom agora, né, mas... Não sei. Cara, que eu não sei quando acaba. Estamos a 2h30. Deve estar pra acabar essa parte da quest. Eu não sei o quanto.
Quick, over here, to safety.
Tá, trouxeram a galera.
Kachina, how many people do you have left?
Meu momento, chat. Deixa eu até ver se eu tô no lugar aqui, ó. Ó, meu momento. Todos conseguiram sair. Tem que, né? É Traveler e Paimon. Elas estão aqui.
What's the situation?
There's a trapped caravan that needs our help. We need to rescue them as soon as possible.
We'll go together.
Também vou. Viu? Tamo aqui de intérprete. Vambora. Vamos usar a área morta do mapa gigante. Vambora. Pior que eu peguei o Tigres no patch passado. Então não tem recurso suficiente ainda pra upar, pra pegar a Shilanen.
Stay safe. We've got this.
Tá, vambora. Priorize o portal que invoca monstros. Agora que eu vi que eu tô catino aqui. Nossa, o Traveler Hydro, senhor. Ainda bem que já acabou. Não, tá tudo bem.
Don't worry about it. We're just glad you're okay. Let's see. Your goods look fine too. Guess the Abyss isn't after Mora.
Não...
That should be the last abyssal pylon near the Children of Echoes.
Ufa, isso foi assustador, mas conseguimos.
By the way, where's Lolly? I thought she would come with you.
Não.
The Masters of the Nightwind also got attacked, so she went back to help her tribe. She said we can deal with the ancient name later.
Yeah, that makes sense. The attacks are more urgent. Alright, this isn't a good place to talk. Let's head back to the tribe.
Vambora.
Alright.
Pegamos de novo. Mais papinho.
Looks like a few people were hurt after all. Oh, I should have got here sooner.
The Abyss threw a lot at us at once. I rushed out as soon as I heard the alarm, and there were already so many monsters. Before long, Kachina brought over a whole group of warriors, and just like that, we destroyed several pylons as a team.
Eu não estava encarregada de nada. Apenas acabamos juntos por acaso. Mesmo assim, acho que isso prova que acampar pela natureza é uma ótima ideia. Foi assim que conseguimos responder tão rápido. Dormir na grama molhada foi bem desconfortável, mas valeu a pena. Não quero ser negativa.
You mean the situation in the Night Kingdom, right? Yeah, I feel the same way. We've managed to keep it a secret all this time, but more and more people are realizing something's wrong. It's impossible not to feel anxious when things are getting worse by the second. And
acho que o Orlon vai andar de skate, pode apostar no nosso fadinho de Natlan. Ainda não sabemos quando os últimos 2 heróis apareceram.
That just means we need to buy the Pyro Archon more time. Keep pushing, everyone. Every battle is worth something.
You really are an eternal optimist, Mualani. You always find a way to cheer people up.
Why, thank you. I guess it's one of my better qualities.
Descobri algumas coisas que você deveria saber. Vamos compartilhar as informações sobre Capitano.
So, specifics aside, the Pyro Archon confirmed the Gnosis can resolve the crisis, but it comes at a huge price.
Sim.
And somehow the captain finds out about it, goes to fight the Pyro Archon, and calls her out for having a solution but refusing to use it. honestly. If he has the same information as us, I can't really blame him.
Peraí. Provavelmente é porque nosso plano é muito arriscado. Sequer sabemos se os 6 heróis se reunirão a tempo.
We talked to Moika before we left the stadium. According to her, the cost of the captain's plan is too high. And, well, it makes sense. If that was truly the better choice, she would have picked it.
Yeah, I trust the Pyro Archon. When I was upset about Kachina's disappearance, she was really sincere and patient with me. Plus, she burned down all those precious mementos for Kachina. She's already proven how much she values even a single person's life. When it comes to Natlan's survival, there's no way she would hold back.
I agree. Maybe the captain weighed the costs and came to his own conclusion, but I'm sure we have different priorities. Life is important, but so are history and memory.
Também estou ao lado de uma
As the
Wicca.
Archon, she can't tell us everything, but it seemed like she wasn't holding anything back this time.
The next question is, if the captain found a new way to save Natlan, how come the Pyro Archon has never heard of it?
É verdade, é uma grande indagação. É, e ele não é de Zinsnaya? Por que os Fatuis iriam querer salvar Natlan?
This is all super confusing.
We still don't have enough information. Once we figure out what the Fatui are doing, we'll have our answer.
Let's head back then. Moika said her intelligence officers should return soon. With how many Fatui there are, someone's bound to give something away.
Sounds good. I have a few theories of my own. With a bit more information, we just might get to the bottom of the whole thing.
Quer se juntar à nossa guarnição, Moalani?
I was just about to ask. Count me in. If I was just a bit faster, we could have prevented a few people from getting hurt. People who could help us in the next battle. It's all a chain reaction.
Então, você deveria se registrar imediatamente. Não deve demorar, todos estão procurando por gente.
Register? Nah. I'll just follow you around. You know, go where you go, do what you do.
Tudo bem então. Você terá que seguir minhas ordens.
You got it. I just don't want to make the trip back. It's so far. Alright. See you all later. Let's get together and celebrate once this is over.
Okay.
Oh, you betcha!
You betcha! Teste passado teve 2-pack. Cadê o Notorious Big Mirror? Vem aí. O grande Big Notoro. E aí, chat, você acha que é um grande momento agora? Revelações, cutscene. Acho que estamos chegando no fim do ato 3.
Moika! Oh, Chaska and Koichi are here! Wait, are you okay, Koichi?
I'm fine. No need to worry.
They ran into the Fatui while out on a mission and decided to follow them.
Ah.
The Fatui?
The Fatui? Fatui machucaram a Chuchu?
Calm down and let me explain. Here's what happened.
A gente vai ver o que aconteceu? Assim, ver o passado no...
Watch out. It's the Fatui.
Ah, os bichos do trailer.
Were they attacked by the Abyss? No, wait. It looks like they're protecting a group
Bom
of
dia, Fogo,
travelers.
tudo bom?
Over there. Do you see?
You're right. That's a traveling group from Natlan. Could they be trading for something? Let's keep observing for now.
We're glad you're okay. Given the appearance of abyss monsters all over Natlan, you should cancel your journey and seek shelter at the stadium or one of the tribes.
Thank you so much. I wish there was something we could give you.
We don't expect anything in return. We were out on a mission and saw you being attacked. It was our decision to help. If you truly wish to repay the favor, you can keep this a secret. If anyone asks, just say you were saved by warriors from Natlan.
Oh, okay. We can do that.
But...
Ah, lá vem os Fatui bonzinho de novo, cara.
We haven't done anything illegal. Our captain simply wishes to remain undisturbed. Nonetheless, the decision remains yours. If we wanted to keep you quiet, we would have employed a harsher method.
Atuzes do bem, sim.
Got it.
Atuzes com consciência.
Did you hear that? They mentioned a captain. Isn't that who the Pyro Archon is looking for?
Sempre os fatos do bem, velho.
Exactly. We could be onto something big. Still, there was no trade. They were just helping people in need. I didn't sense an ulterior motive. I didn't believe the captain when he said he wanted to save Natlan. But based
Vou
on
fazer um
what we
almocinho
just
chuchu
saw,
boco, achei. Obrigado. Bom almoço pra
it's
você. Me conta o
possible
que você
he was
fizer
telling the
depois.
truth.
Maybe
Mas e meu
we've been
slogan de
wrong
fatui
about
bom é
the
fatui
Fatui
morto?
this whole
O visto vai ter
time.
que abraçar eles.
It's too early to say. Let's follow them and see what's
Bife
really
mesmo,
going
viu?
on.
Tá? Deu loading de...
So this is where they were headed. Looks tricky.
Ah,
It's
só
heavily
atrás
guarded on all
aqui.
sides.
Koichi, wait for me here. I'll go in and check it out.
Oh, no, you don't. How are you planning to get through all the guards?
Look, I can use this terrain to my advantage. With our tribe's special way of getting around, I doubt they'll see me coming.
We still can't see anything on the inside. What if you can't find cover? You won't have anyone to watch your back if you go in alone.
The more heavily guarded the location, the more valuable the secrets. Even if the captain isn't here, we can still figure out what the Fatui are planning. That intel is worth the risk.
Fine. You're not gonna listen to me anyway, so let me come with you.
That's even more risky. You've been running around saving people for days. You're already at your limit. I'm confident I can protect myself. I'm not sure you can say the same. At least right now.
I can.
You really believe that?
Fine, don't believe me. But you can't honestly tell me infiltrating a heavily guarded Fatui hideout all on your own sounds more reasonable. You know, growing up, even if I insisted on doing something, it never gave you any trouble. I'm not sure you can say the same.
All right. If we start arguing, this will never end. You can't let this opportunity go to waste.
Tá.
Guess that means I win. Don't worry, you're not the only capable young person from our tribe. I can handle this.
I can handle
All right.
this.
Same plan as usual. We split up, communicate with hand signals, make sure our blind spots are covered, and support each other once we strike. Got your ropes?
Yeah, let's go.
Ah, vai ser gameplay mesmo, tá? Chuchu morre ou Chuchu vira um jogável? Eu não sei se ela tem design de jogável ou se ela tem só design da tribo dela e vai ter mais NPC igual, né? Porque ser de jogável é um pouquinho abaixo de jogável dela. E aí eu tô pensando. A música ficou com Deus, né?
The Fatui have eyes all over this place. I should wait for Koichi's signal.
Ela vai mandar. Ó, em cima da árvore. Vai ser o sinal. Virou. Virou. Ah, tá. Foi literalmente um joinha. Começar a missão. Ih, tô jogando Wind Trace. Ó, tá a caixinha de mora ali.
Not sure how many chances I'm gonna get. I need to act.
Descendo, só tem isso. Ah, o timing.
Good. I made it without getting caught. I should get to that platform over there. But it's guarded by the Fatui. Koichi should have line of sight. I'll wait for her signal.
Ó. Ho, ho, ho. Virou, hein?
That's it. Now's my chance.
Natlan Gearsol, de se aproximar rapidamente da área debaixo da plataforma. Pam, pam.
It's no use staying in one place. I should keep moving. Looks like Chaska is helping me by keeping an eye on the Fatui movements. I'll wait for her signal. Time to move.
Seguir em frente.
That was close. Almost got caught. Probably can't make it over in one go. I'll wait for my next chance. Now's my chance.
Que isso? Vamos com calma, rato.
I made it! That'll show my sister. Let's see. The Fatui's occupying all the best locations. If we could just get past them somehow. Wait, I've got it.
Ah. Isso. O nome dela é Chuchu, exatamente. Jogar a esfera misteriosa. Que isso? Desmaiou.
Huh? What's that noise? Did something explode? Oh, it stings! What the heck is that? What do you think you're doing?
Estica minhas pernas.
I could ask you the same thing.
Ai. Ainda fala que não é jogável. Olha como sobe na árvore.
Good, they're arguing. Looks like they just needed an excuse. They've probably had enough of this job already. The people on the hill over there left to help their comrades. This is our chance. Come get me, Chaska. I hope she gets this hand signal.
That's Koichi's signal. Smart idea. All right, time to move. Give me your hand, quick.
Coming! I checked, and this way is completely clear. It should lead us to the deepest part of this place.
E aí, voltamos? Não. Ah, parte do trailer.
Well, I was pretty helpful, right? You know, everyone usually jumps at the chance to work with me. Not my own sister, though. No, she avoids me like her life depends on it.
I was wrong, Koichi. You've done well.
Wait, you're just gonna admit it? Now I look like the mean one.
Let's focus on the task at hand. We're in the heart of enemy territory. The more time we waste, the more dangerous this becomes.
Não pode parar de falar já.
All right, if you're not gonna take the bait, then I'll drop it. Looks like the Fatui are here to dig something up. I'm surprised they mobilized this many people. I doubt it's because they're interested in our culture and history.
It seems like they're looking for a dragon relic called the Source Mechanism.
Uma relíquia de dragão.
The device is ancient. Barely any information survives to this day. And even people from Natlan don't know how to use it.
Só vem aqui dar um oi, feliz aniversário pra ti, e tudo de bom pra ti, meu querido. Abraços. Muito obrigado, meu mano Pingos. Muito obrigado pelos parabéns. Feliz. Pena que só vai dar uma passada, mas de qualquer forma, agradeço.
Looks like it's in good shape. This should be what our Lord's looking for.
Tem um negócio aqui.
Took us long enough. Come on, let's get this thing back.
Acho que são fotos.
Back where? Should we keep following?
You really want to keep going?
Of course. We make a good team, don't you think? No reason to stop now.
What was that sound?
Uh-oh. We've been spotted. Time to go.
É.
Rock incoming! Watch out for your gadget!
Por que anunciou? Ah!
What? You'll regret that! After them!
verdade, eu ainda não te desejo feliz aniversário. Feliz aniversário, Nick. Obrigado, Ventura. Agora
Once we
você
got them off
deseja.
our tail, we went back to observe some more. They'd collected several identical pieces of something. It looked like they were waiting, though. So we decided to come back.
So,
Pois me
Koichi
pegou
got
aqui.
injured trying to get them off your tail?
She pushed herself too hard and collapsed on the way back to the stadium.
Well, I didn't cause you any trouble while we were fighting, right? So my perfect record remains.
You've done very well. I could make a comment on knowing your limits, but it's not my place.
I know. I'm already reflecting on my actions.
So, our current intel suggests the Fatui
Vamos
is
ver as
after
irmãs do
the
barulho.
source mechanism. The device is a complete mystery, even to us. What does the captain want with it?
I have no idea. But it's safe to assume the device could serve a similar purpose to the Gnosis. Shilonen, I need you to gather every scholar in Natlan familiar with the secret source.
I'll get right on it.
Thank you both for your hard work. Koichi, it's time for you to get some rest. Oh, and there are gifts from your patients waiting at the speaker's chamber. I've prepared a small gift of my own as a token of gratitude. I'll send it to your home along with the others.
My patience. That's so nice of them. Guess that means I'm doing something right.
You don't need to give us anything, Archon. We were just doing our duty for Natlan. I should take Koichi home now.
Well, if Koichi doesn't want her favorite Saurus crackers, then...
I accept. Thank you, Archon.
What am I gonna do with you?
There's some for the rest of you as well. They're one of my favorites too, so don't be shy. I'll start investigating the source mechanism right away. If I learn anything, you'll be the first to know.
Tá.
Yummy snacks!
Silent Hill 2 tá 350 pila, que isso? Pois é, aqui ó. Vai tomando o gap do jogo full. Despeça-se de casca e chuchu. Faz o M de Mavuica. Exatamente.
Bring it! What's next for you two?
I'm taking Koichi home, with our parents there to keep an eye on her. I can make sure she actually rests.
Ah, é. Elas não são órfãs,
It's not
ok.
like I'm some kind of prisoner. I'll be fine in a day or two. There's no need to go all the way home.
That's what you always say. Everything's no big deal until you collapse. What if the Abyss attacks again? You're saying if I let you rest in a hotel, you're not gonna rush out the minute you hear the alarm?
I won't. Triple promise I won't.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. On the off chance something like that were to happen, I might. But I'm a doctor. I have a duty to help people in need, no matter how hard or tiring the work gets.
Precisamos de você.
I guess you're right. But I don't have to like it.
Esse leopardo consome energia de Natlan no E. Sim, consome.
I do the same for anyone trying to put their life in danger. As a doctor, I don't want people to get hurt because of a rash decision.
Then try to see things from my perspective. You clearly want to protect your patients. So can't you understand why your own sister would feel the same way about you?
The two of you are the same, you know?
I disagree.
Ah, a parte da estalada tava mais interessante, velho, até lá.
Wants to be like her. Overconfident, always making excuses when things go wrong.
That's just not true.
You think I don't have proof?
Okay, don't get into another fight. Just pretend Paimon never said anything.
Don't worry, Paimon. You didn't do anything wrong. Arguing is just how we communicate. neither of us really takes it to heart.
Plus, I guess we are similar in some ways. Maybe I rush into things without thinking, but I learned that from her. We're family. I can't help it if my older sister is a bad influence.
Okay, you don't have to put it that way.
Eu não consigo parar de bocejar.
You're all good now?
Geralmente é normal pra elas.
Neither of us are really the type to back down, so we'll always have our differences. But still, we get along in our own way.
Plus, I know you'll wake up one day and realize I
Nossa, que diálogo chato, cara. Não aguento mais.
Be my guest. Come on, let's get you home. See you later,
Obrigado.
Traveler and Paimon. I'll be back once everything's settled at home.
There's no rush. At least grab a nice meal with your family.
Até mais tarde.
Bye, you two.
Não acabou ainda, velho. O que mais a gente vai fazer?
Those two will probably make up for real at some point, right?
Sim.
Well, we've learned a lot. Let's go over everything that we know so far.
Sei, Paimon tenta analisar o objetivo de capitano. Você sente que está... Não consigo ler. Passos? Ah, olha assim na ela. Já apareceu de novo.
Sorry for popping up out of nowhere again.
Why do you look so awkward? Oh, is there something you need from us?
Okay, I won't beat around the bush. Oh, and I'm sorry for interrupting your rest. I'll treat you to some charcoal grilled steak to make up for it.
Awesome! Just give us your orders!
Hey, friends don't order each other around. I'm just here to share some news. Remember what we talked about before parting ways?
Não, exatamente.
Oh yeah! You mentioned how Auroron has always wanted to save Natlan.
Ah, tá.
And something about
Sobre
his
isso
soul
sim.
being fragmented. Paimon and the Traveler discussed it after you left, and we think Auroron is probably back with the captain. What do you think?
I agree with your hypothesis. And just now, I confirmed it myself. Auroron came back. He helped the Masters of the Nightwind defend our camp.
What? He came back?
Ele disse algo?
I told him to give up whatever he's doing, but he refused. He said they're just one step away from success, so there's no way he can back out now. Apparently, he came back to fulfill his duty to our tribe. When he left, he said it was because he still has a duty to Natlan as a whole.
I'm surprised you let him go at all.
I had to prioritize my tribe. Besides, the situation was intense. I couldn't focus on outside and inside threats at the same time. Plus, he was on guard. He knew I would try to go after him, so he made sure to keep his distance. I kept an eye out for a good opportunity, but it never came. All these years of calling me Granny, and I couldn't do a single thing for him in the end.
Não perdoa o X.
Don't say that! Your tribe all raised him together, right?
Eu tenho homofobia? Não, eu tenho diálogo ruim fobia, né, velho? 15 anos pra falar uma coisa ali.
You're right.
Ah, você
Seeing him
bota
come
no
back
risco.
reminded me of when he was
Ah,
little.
você não vê no seu...
Running around
Ah,
the
não, eu vou
tribe,
contar
dropping
pra
by
sua
random
mãe.
houses right and left.
Ah, vamos embora, vamos.
He's not only a child of the Masters of the
Nossa.
Nightwind, but a child of Natlan. It's only natural for a child to want to do something for their family. Besides, Auroron is my apprentice. He might have a few tricks up his sleeve, but I guarantee I know every single one.
Wait, what are you saying?
Look. Remember how I said Auroron's soul is fragmented? This is the talisman I created to keep it stable.
Tá.
And this gem is what makes the talisman work.
Tá.
It just so happens that Auroron is due for a gem replacement. Since I can't get close to him, I put the new gem in a supply bag and asked Aoife to bring it to him.
A dela em N dá o sentido a título de vovó, porque em japonês não tem
You
nada a
guys
ver.
know Aoife, right? No? Well, he's a pretty famous vet around these parts. He's always bringing me all sorts of things, and he happens to be very good friends with Auroron. Aoife doesn't know what's going on, so he agreed, no questions asked. Auroron would find the gem as soon as he opened the bag. He knows how important it is, so I knew he would make the
É mais
switch.
suave.
He probably suspected that I tampered with it. But here's the catch. The trick is on the bag. The moment he touched it, a portion of his memories were copied onto the old gem, which he no longer needed.
That's amazing. You can do something like that?
Most people can't. but I can. That
Easy.
trick he used to bring you to the Night Kingdom isn't anything special, by the way. My technique is much more subtle. He won't notice anything.
So in other words, we have a whole backup of Auroran's memories in this gem!
The kid thinks he can take me on? Like I wasn't the one who taught him everything he knows?
That's amazing, Seat Lolly! Let's take a look right away!
Once we get to the bottom of this, we can finally track him down. I know he thinks of me as his grandma, but do you think he'll get mad at me for this? You can be honest.
Huh, that's a tough question.
I don't
Anna
know.
doesn't have a grandma, so she's not the best person to ask.
É possível, famílias também possuem divergências.
To be honest, I've always doubted my ability to look after him. I didn't stop the ceremony all those years ago, and now I'm useless again. But if I stop here, it will haunt me until I'm 500 years old. Every night I'll wake up in a fit of anger.
E começar a surtar.
I don't scare that easy. Still, if I back away from this and something happens to Auroran, I would never forgive myself.
Tá.
I need to look at his memory. Even if he resents me, refuses to see me, or runs away for good, I don't care, and I won't blame him. A family does whatever it takes to protect their own.
You sure you'll be okay?
Whatever it takes.
We can come with you if you want.
No.
Did you just say you'll come with me?
Is that okay? We have a pretty good reason to see it too, don't we? Because, right, we need leads on the Fatui.
Vai, tem razão.
You really mean it? Fine, you can come. Just promise me you'll see this through. No backing out. Got it?
Olá a todos, olá pups.
Then I place my trust in your professionalism. All right, time to sneak into someone else's memory and engage in some, unwanted spying. You heard it here first. I wouldn't
We
be
can
doing
come.
this if I had any other choice.
Acho que já tá podendo, Pupu. Eu estava certo, ontem um caso grave com Green Issues. Cara, não acaba esse ato 3, velho. Caraca, que ato gigante, filho. Olha lá o homem colhendo.
Look how good you're doing. You'll grow into nice big radishes in the future. And you? Aoife says you're taking up too much space, but I think you're a good tree. What do you think?
Hey! How's it going, Auroran?
Good. How are you, Uncle Okanbi?
Can't complain. What you up to? Naming your vegetables
Será que esse
again?
maluco vai revelar alguma coisa?
No, just some idle conversation.
Sei que tem 12 horas de história, mas a pessoa que computou os dados dormiu no meio da contagem. Deve ser assim.
They told me you were coming and that you would take some produce with you.
Only if you're offering. By the way, I ran into Aoife yesterday. He told me Chaska's fostering a saurian at his place. Said the thing trampled over a part of your radish garden. I hope you two didn't get into a huge fight.
Pera aí. Tava recebendo meu presente, chat. Desculpa. É uma calça bem bonita. Olá. Sobrinho emo. Ele é, Pupu. Todo emo. É tudo emuce. Maluco todo feliz, colorido, com o sobrinho parecendo que veio de uma apresentação de My Chemical Romance. Tira a roupa aí pra gente ver. Depois eu vejo.
You really knew I was coming. That's pretty amazing.
Light up the smoke and you can see the path through the shadows. That's what everyone says.
Hey, have you seen that strange group of people that just appeared out of nowhere?
Appeared out of nowhere? I don't think so.
It's the Fatui. Their leader seems like a big deal. He didn't bring many men with him, but they're all
Isso, do nada mó 14 espectadores.
Seems like they're looking for
Olá,
someone.
pessoas.
But I wouldn't go around asking too many questions. If you run into them, be careful.
5 e entra em 3? Que isso?
You're from the Masters of the Nightwind, are you not? Why do you live here alone?
Vai ser mensagem sobre. Tá tudo bem. Agora foi.
2 pontos.
2 pontos. Muito obrigado, Ecos. Muito obrigado pelos 53 meses. Muito obrigado. Como é que você tá? Tudo bom?
I enjoy living by myself out in the wild. I guess you're from the Fatui, the one everyone's calling a big deal.
Big deal. Estamos aqui fazendo uma grandíssima live comemorando tanto o lançamento da história aí.
4 e entra em 2K.
Obrigado, Fogo. Obrigado pelo recebo também, pelos 42. Estamos fazendo a historinha aqui de Genshin, aproveitando que hoje é a história nova e comemorando meu aniversário, né?
I'm looking for someone who may be known to you. Seatlali is her name.
Então o capitão se aproximou dela querendo... Naruhodo, né?
There's no point to further questioning if you insist on hiding things from me. I shall seek answers elsewhere.
Oh, he could tell I was lying and now he's leaving? He gave up just like that?
Tá com pressa, homem.
At least tell me why you're looking for Seatlali.
It's none of your concern. I have my own means.
Mas começou um hype trem ainda. Cadê a rapaziada dando resub aí, rapaziada? Ou sub novo. E mais gente aí na live. Cadê vocês, rapaziada? Não fujam.
Why are the Fatui looking for her? What does she have to do with them? I can't just let them go like this. I have to figure out what they're planning.
Inclusive temos aí a meta de, né? Meta de cosplay aí. O dono vou estar vestindo um cosplay. Vou usar ele num evento presencialmente, fazer um videozinho pro YouTube. Devo aparecer com ele em live também eventualmente. Se puder estar ajudando também. Thank you. Toda ajuda é bem-vinda.
The situation has seen no true improvement. The Pyro Archon did not fulfill her promise.
My lord.
Caraca, o cara viu. Visão periférica.
He is no threat.
He knows I'm following him, but he doesn't seem to care. He's strong, I can tell. But there's something unusual about him and also familiar in some way. I can't describe it.
Cara, ele é muito de Natlan. Ele é muito de Natlan.
My lord, I feel dizzy.
Isso, você vai ficar nessa posição, Otarco?
Certain presences have been forced to wander outside their rightful realm.
Raposa Pequena mandou R$100. Oi, 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 feliz aniversário. Oh, felicidades, tudo de bom dinheiro. Saúde e muita sorte nos gachas.
Ok, muito obrigado. Muito obrigado, Raposa Pequena. Muito obrigado pelos 100 conto. Muito obrigado. Thank you. Muito obrigado pelas felicitações também. Desejo também muita saúde, muito dinheiro, muita sorte nos gachas. Olha, eu vou te falar que sorte nos gachas a gente tá tendo realmente, tá? Ontem foi uma sessão incrível. Hoje consegui Fechar meus top operators no Arc. Ganhar um top operator ali no Recruit. Muito obrigado, tá? Bater essa meta vai ser muito importante pra mim. Eu tô bem feliz se eu conseguir bater ela. E... Obrigado. Feliz. Vambora, chat, vambora.
That was a spell from the Masters of the Nightwind. How did he know that? Is he sending those escaped souls back into the ley lines? How did he do that so easily? Soulfaring is supposed to be extremely difficult. This could be related to why he's searching for Granny.
Pá, ele é então dos caras, é isso?
I feel much better. Thank you, my lord.
Think nothing of it. Stay vigilant and continue to gather information. The Abyss could attack at any moment. If you notice any irregularities, assume drill formation and be prepared to fight. However, there's no reason to over-engage. Information is our first priority.
Yes, sir.
O Capitão é o Ororon do futuro, igual a I am the Bone, exatamente. Não sei se é bem isso. Que a de Natlan tá na cara? Não, assim, eu digo, né? Ele me parece alguém da época da Mavuica, assim, sabe? Da época antes dela ser Arconte. O comecinho. Ele tá me parecendo uma coisa assim, o Fogo. Não sei se ele chegaria a tanto, mas me parece.
I've been following him this whole time and still they ignore me? Do they really not care? It seems like his subordinates refer to him as the captain. Never heard of him before. And now he's headed to the stadium. That's unusual. What is he gonna do?
You two, with me. Everyone else, wait here as instructed. Send word to the other teams to retreat immediately if this fails.
Yes, sir.
Huh.
He's going inside, but the Pyro Archon is in there. What does he want with her?
Forgive me, my lord. Allow me to check one more time. Do you truly wish to do this?
The time for idle observation.
Ah, então até aí eles não estavam juntos.
This nation is out of time.
Ah, daí ele vai lutar contra a Mavuica. E o Ororon vai salvar ele. Entendi, porque ele fica bem pistola. Ah. Tudo faz mais sentido agora. Ó, aí, isso aí eu tô curioso. Machucou o peitinho dele, aí ele ficou todo...
Wait, this feeling. Just like the other day near the ley lines, it's faint, like a soul's trying to escape. Where is it coming from?
Caraca, ele é só uma alma... Ele é uma alma penada! Ele é.
Is that why he's looking for Granny? If he dies here, then all clues will be lost. I can't let that happen.
Alma pelada, exatamente. Igual a serra pelada. Acho que pode ser um herói ou despertado ou desde aquela época. É, ele claramente é importante. É a conversa que eles tiveram.
I must confess, I did not expect that little trick of yours to save the day.
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. She could have dispelled it. She simply chose not to. You don't have much time, and you're injured on top of that. What do you plan to do next?
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn out to be. You heard something from here, didn't you?
A galera acha que é a quarta parede, mas eu acho que ele tá olhando pro próprio ferimento.
No need to force yourself. I've never seen anyone match the Pyro Archon in battle before.
I didn't expect you to intervene at such a critical moment.
You know I've been following you. Why didn't you stop me?
When walking in the forest, it is only natural to encounter wild beasts. However, not every beast has the courage to come out and bite.
And yet, one of those very beasts saved your life.
Then speak.
What do you want?
I didn't save you because I wanted something. My soul is more perceptive than others. I can sense that the ley lines are extremely weak. I don't know what the Pyro Archon is planning.
Nossa, que eu percebi que ele tem orelha de furro que não é orelha de furro.
The questions you asked her just now, well, I've had very similar doubts. So, I felt like I had to help you.
So, you can tell the truth. That was quite a reckless decision to make. I'm not sure you realize that.
There's no turning back for me now.
Well.
What I did back there is going to get me in a lot of trouble. You attacked the Pyro Archon in broad daylight, and I used my spell to save you. A single glance was likely all it took for her to recognize my tribe. So, we're in the same boat.
You seem to care little for my thoughts on the matter.
Não tem muito como ele se opor também, né?
It's too late for that. Start from the beginning. Why are you looking for Seatlali?
É bem, não dá pra ver que é mesmo. Assim, claramente trevas ali, né?
Explain your relation to her first. I know you two are acquainted. It was obvious the moment I mentioned her name.
Seatlali is my elder and my teacher. She taught me everything I know. It's my duty to protect her.
If you truly wish to protect her, you should have let me perish at the Pyro Archon's hand. Yet, you chose otherwise. Do I really need to tell you what that means?
I want to do something to change Natlan for the better. Something I can accomplish with my own two hands. You're stranger than anyone I've ever met. But maybe, just maybe, you can show me the way.
Strange? Seatlali is said to be the legendary Granny Este, someone capable of communicating with the Wyub. And the Wyub are the key to information on the Night Kingdom.
Why do you need knowledge on the Night Kingdom?
That is not something you need to know.
Don't forget, I saved your life.
Alguém conta alguma coisa.
Do you not believe the Fatui capable of betraying a debt?
People can lie, but souls cannot. I can tell there's a weight to your soul, a sense of justice.
You may not live among your tribe, but you certainly know their tricks. I apologize for my rash judgment. You are more capable than I imagined. Let's go. We'll see if you have what it takes to join my plan.
Caraca, ninguém dá uma resposta, cara. Alguém responde alguma coisa ou não quer mamasta? Ele quer mesmo, pelo visto. O plano dele é casamento.
I see. Interesting approach.
Worth trying, I think.
Rather than weaving a net to protect the ley lines, this method would address the root problem by reconstructing the ley lines themselves.
E acabou. Ah, cara, na moral. Ninguém fala nada. É o que deu pra pegar. Backup. Whoa.
Traveler, Paimon. Are you two alright?
Sim.
Paimon's fine, just, a little dizzy.
Tô bem. Você está bem?
Of course. I'm so mad at him.
Incrível, essas piadinhas assim no meio tá muito bom.
After everything, he still can't let go of the past.
Meio que consigo entender como ele se sente.
For some reason, he thinks he owes something to the people who cared for him. Stubborn, self-righteous fool. Where's that gonna get him? Now that he's all grown up, he thinks no one can tell him what to do? He thinks he can just run away whenever he wants. I'll show him. If he tries to run one more time, he's got another thing coming.
Maybe stubbornness runs in the family. Like grandmother, like grandson, as they say.
Is that supposed to be a compliment? That kid's got nothing on me.
Pior que com a natureza do talento dela combina também.
Anyway, back to what we just saw. I don't even know what to make of it.
Yeah, the captain seriously wants to reconstruct the ley lines? What does that even mean? Something like the loom of fate, maybe? But the abyss.
The Loom of Fate?
Nossa, você é tão velho e não conhece isso?
It's kind of hard to explain. Basically, it's a device from Conrio that has unbelievable power. Anyway, if he really wants to manipulate the ley lines, everyone in
Ele está falando sério, combina com tudo o que disse anteriormente. Ele tentou roubar nós pelo mesmo motivo.
Which means the captain has been honest from the very beginning.
Sim.
Auroron's memory proves that.
Ele só quer ajudar.
Why is he so obsessed with saving Natlan?
Ele é de Natlan.
Gotta tell Moeka about this right away.
Ah, tá, entendi o fogo. Ah, sim,
Yes.
sim, sim.
She needs to know about this. Now.
Certo, vamos lá. Ah, eu acho incrível. Tô achando muito incrível essa paradinha. Aê! Finalmente, final do ato 3. Ah, deu umas 3 horas de quest, velho. Sim, legal, mas... O meio ali... Nossa, a parte da chasca ali foi difícil.